was trying to chill, keep it moving, keep it positive. Show my little man the difference in what logic is. Teach him how to stand when they testing what his option is. Walk around the traps, but don't never drop his consciousness. I was trying to build, stack slow, keep my honor tight. Stay away from beef, but still walk in the proper light. Taught him how to speak without begging for a light. And how to read a man by the pressure in his life, yeah. Used to hit the block where they fold under pressure. Now I'm on the field trying to teach him how to measure. Weight of the world on my back like a stretcher. But I lift every ounce cause I know what the stress does. I was trying to chill, not break, not bend. Show my little man how to lose and win. Keep my head down low, don't chase fake friends. But peace don't sell, they push pain instead. Now I'm speaking truth, they be trolling for clout. Trying to bait me in, run they mouth, then bounce. But I done seen real wars, real time count. So these petty little games not worth 1 ounce. I was trying to post with a message, not a mask. But they comment with aggression, like that's gonna last. Told my son don't flinch when the crowd move fast. The ones that bark loudest be the first ones to dash. I ain't pressed, I ain't stressing over internet beef. I done seen friends die, blood dry on the street. So what's a little shade from a coward with a tweet? I'm a man in full, I don't fold in the heat. Syllables stacked like the pressure I felt. Had to carry grown weight with no hand out for help. Still I stood, still I taught, still I learned how to move. Now I'm giving game out cause I got nothing to lose. And yeah, I was trying to chill, not break, not bend. Show my little man how to lose and win. Keep my head down low, don't chase fake friends. But peace don't sell, they push pain instead. Now I'm speaking truth, they be trolling for clout. Trying to bait me in, run they mouth, then bounce. But I done seen real wars, real time count. So these petty little games not worth 1 ounce, yeah. They want smoke to the real one coughs. They want views without living through the pain of the cost. I done walked through shame, walked through loss. Still stood tall, never switched to turn soft. Now I'm speaking light with a backbone heavy. They ain't ready for a man who done live this steady. I don't flex on the gram, I just sharpen machetes. Cut through lies with a tongue that's deadly. I ain't new to the war, I just picked a new field. And I don't post pain, I just speak what's real. When they poke out on foes, stay solid as steel. Cause I already know how these cowards gon' feel.
Salute. How y'all doing out there, man? Oh, man, I ain't gonna front, man. I missed y'all, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. I missed streaming. It ain't even been that long, but I missed it. So I already know this is something that I'm gonna keep doing, man. Regardless of how it turns out, I'm a streamer, man. So I hope y'all guys are doing all right, man. Salute to everybody in the building so far. Bruce is in the building. Unfiltered Black Abroad is in the building. Salute. Ryan's in the building. TJ in the airport. WC Chris, what's up, brother? It's good to see you. Yeah, welcome back. Welcome back to America, man. It's beautiful, man. It's beautiful. It's all in how you see it. Man. You know, if you're only looking for the bad things, that's the only thing you're gonna see. You know, if you're looking for good things, that's what you're gonna see. So just enjoy your time. Whatever you're doing out here, TJ, man, salute, bro. Appreciate you, man. You know, we got a topic tonight. But first of all, let me just say, man, I gotta apologize for last week, man. Like, I thought I could do that stream and work and be on call. I was like, man, you know, I'll be able to squeeze the live stream, man, at least be able to start it and get an hour and a half. But, man, yeah, I was running, but you know what? I can't complain because it's good money. You know, I can't turn down that money, man. I can't turn down. Not like that. If it was just like not worth it, yeah. But nah, it's definitely worth it. So I had to get it. I lost subscribers because I put up a post saying that I delayed the stream. I lost subscribers. So to y'all, salute to y'all, whoever left, man. You know, because we only need the real ones here. You know what I'm saying? My views went down, my watch time went up. How that work? That means that, you know, I'm starting to get good people around me, man. The people that I need, man. The people I need to be here. So salute to everybody that tunes in, everybody that supports, everybody that comes up on the panel. You know, I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys watching, listening, contributing to the conversation, because that's what it's all about. Tonight's topic is, changing relationships, the way we build relationships, boundaries, standards, and preferences. We talk about a lot of stuff. We talk about relationships, usually how they end, but we don't talk about how we start relationships. And it's very important that we talk about boundaries, standards, and preferences, man. Maybe you don't need it. You know what I mean? Maybe you don't, because that's what I see in a lot of these conversations, man. The people who don't need the information, they tune out or they push back, and they forget that, you know, maybe it's not for you. Maybe the message isn't for you, but maybe you know somebody that could use that message. You know what I'm saying? And if you've been in a long-term relationship, happy relationship, just contribute to the conversation. We need your voices here, man. We need y'all voices. Michael Alexander, salute, brother. How you doing? W, man, what's been going on, brother? Yeah, I know. I could. I seen it that he scheduled it, and I was like, man, I can't push it back. My schedule is just like too tight. Um, so I couldn't push it back, man. All the content creators, type mine. Thank you, Ryan. Type mine in the chat. So Nightbot's gonna drop your elite. I was doing a little contest. I tried to do a contest through Nightbot, and honestly, it didn't register. But this was the word. I said, I put in there that if somebody said a specific word, that it was gonna trigger that they won the reward. And this was, so honestly, this was the word. Salute. So Ryan, I need you to email me, bro. I need you to email me. You won a prize, and I'm gonna send it to you. I don't care how much it costs. I don't care where it gotta go. It might take some time to get there, but email me, blizzardabroad@gmail.com. We'll talk in the back, and I'll send it to you. I don't care about the shipment cost, any of that, man. You won the prize. And so this is the prize. It ain't nothing crazy, but this is the prize. This shirt right here, man. I actually have shirts. I just don't sell them. Like I have a couple different designs. I just haven't went live with the store. I was trying to wait till I get monetized. So that's what I'm gonna do. So email me in the back, and I'm gonna send it to you, man. I could send it to a UPS store, whatever you want. If you don't want to give out your personal address, I'll ship it to wherever I need to, so you could get that. So just email me in the back, man. TJ is in Los Angeles right now, man. Salute to you, man. I know Cal is going live at 10:30. So if you guys want to go check that out, that's what's up. That's my brother, man. So salute to Cal, bro. I ain't trying to step on nobody's toes. I'm not big enough to step on his toes anyway. So, you know what I mean? Expat Adam, what's up, bro? I never went looking for bad things. Trouble seemed to seek me out. The key is how you deal with it. Yes, exactly, man. Wait, bro. You had cats dip off that. This in the deer John letter. Nah, I just noticed that it tells you like what you lose. Like if you lose, I know you probably know that. It'll tell you like if a video gains or loses subscribers, if a post gains or loses subscribers, man. So it is what it is, man. But that's the whole thing, man. Like I said, my views went down, but my watch time went up. You know what I'm saying? So that's good for me. That's what I need. Why have 1,180 subscribers and only like 50 people watching? You know what I'm saying? So that's what's up. Juice, what up, bro? How you doing, man? Good to see you in here. Ron Lawson, salute, bro. Oh, you can't see the shirt? Hold on. It's an I'm So Fly shirt. It ain't not crazy. It ain't not crazy, but I like this one better than the other one with Blizzard Abroad. I got one that has Blizzard Abroad on it. I actually like this one better. You know. So Salute to everybody up in here, man. Yeah, do that, bro. I got you, man. Let me know your size and all that, everything. So let's get into it, man. Are we building relationships wrong? Are we building it backwards? How are we building it? Because I don't think we have relationship problems. I think we have the blueprint just wrong. You know what I mean? We forget that BBD had this song when I was growing up, man. You guys probably know it, man. Never trust a big butt and a smile. And everybody says that, men are visual, men are visual. And it's like we are paying the price for that, aren't we? Aren't we paying the price for that? And the same on the lady side, they seek provision, they seek comfortability, they want to be comfortable in life, they want to be taken care of, man. But if you put that first, you're building backwards. You know what I mean? We need to start with our boundaries. How many times have you been in a relationship and I'll get to that. How many times have you been in, a relationship and you ignore red flags from the beginning? Like DC, I could talk about this because DC was up here, man. We all know what happened to him. Those that don't know, it's in the past live stream, but something bad happened to him. But listening to him, I heard him say, like, there was red flags. It was a toxic relationship. And it's like, bro, you were ignoring red flags that whole time. That woman gave you the greatest gift she could give you by leaving. Right? I'm talking about DC. Like I said, he shared this publicly. She left him, but she actually gave him the greatest gift by leaving when she did. Imagine 10 years down the line. You were already in a toxic relationship. You were ignoring red flags. You tried to force, a round peg into a square hole, and it did not fit, right? Imagine 10 years down the line, 10 years of marriage and 2 kids. Then she decides she want to leave, right? Yeah, she was pretty. I've seen her. I haven't seen her in person, but I've seen pictures of her. She's beautiful, beautiful girl. But she wasn't right for him. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Why do we keep telling ourselves that men are visual? Men are visual. Oh, men are dated a fast food worker. Some of us will, but not all of us will. And I think that, if you find a girl that aligns with you, with your purpose, with your values, with your belief systems, you know what I mean? She's got good demeanor. She's willing to cooperate with you. Yeah, all right, who cares? Who cares where all the other stuff at, if she works at McDonald's or not, you know what I mean? But if you're just going off of looks, body, the stuff that we talk about, the stuff that we chase, the stuff that we consume online, what's it about? It's about looks. A lot of times it's about ethnicity, the body. That's what we're putting first as men. And women are doing it wrong too, with all these damn lists they have, with nothing of substance on that list. The car somebody drives, the job somebody has. That doesn't speak to their character. That doesn't mean that they're going to align with you. So we're building relationships wrong. And then we're out here enduring this damn gender war that's going on. And it's from people that have gotten the shit all mixed up. You're trying to build a house from the roof down. It's wrong. And I'm not sitting up here saying that I know the perfect way, because I have failed relationships. I'm not perfect. I'm not saying that I'm some guru and I could tell you how to do it. But I know that I've done it wrong before. I've done it. I've had the beautiful girl in a good sexual relationship, and everything else is not good. I've been there, man. I've done it. So we need to clarify what boundaries, standards, and preferences mean. You know what I'm saying? And I'll just go over this because I got this. I got it written down right here so I don't mess it up. Right? Boundaries is the foundation, right? Your non-negotiables, the absolutes in your relationship. If the boundaries and the foundations crack, everything above it collapses, right? That's lying, that's cheating, that's physical abuse, that's outright disrespect. You know what I'm saying? Standards. Standards is the structure. That's your plumbing, that's your electrical, that's your gas lines. If we're talking about a house, this is a house analogy, right? Um, right? These are things that, yes, they're important, but they need maintenance over time. You know what I'm saying? Think about communication, right? At times you're gonna drift apart a little bit, right? That could be worked on because it's not a hard boundary. It's not cheating. It's not beating on somebody. Those things mean that it's over. But what I'm talking about with your standards is that they are somewhat adjustable. They need to be worked on over time. You know, you're not always going to see eye to eye. But if you could sit down and talk and have a conversation, you can work that out. That's what I mean by maintenance, right? And then you got your preferences, right? Preferences is the paint on the damn house. It's the furniture that goes in there. You know what I'm saying? It's the pictures on the wall. Let's be real about this. That's your preferences. They change over time. That's what you like now. What you like now, you may not like in 10 years from now, right? Preferences are negotiable, right? It doesn't hold anything up. You can't make your preference your foundation. And that's what we're doing. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying about what we're doing out here right now. You know what I'm saying? We're making our preferences the foundations of our relationships. And we're losing. We're losing. Right? So let me read some of these chats real quick. Then I'll go on. That's a nice shirt. Thank you, man. I appreciate it, man. What time is it? What up, brother? Good to see you in here, man. Ryan says he'll wear that shirt with pride. Yeah, thank you, man. He says, Blizz, I think the live streams take away from watch time hours based on what I heard from other streamers. Nah. They just add to them. Honestly, it depends how you do them. If you do them consistently, I've gotten a huge bump in watch time hours from doing lives. You know. Watch time hours is watch time hours. You know what I'm saying? If you got people in the building, it's only going to add to it. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it, man. I'm going to open up the store one day, man. I had to call Teespring, man. I had to flip on them. They were horrible. I ordered like the tester shirts. Ordered some tester shirts in February. And it just did not arrive, man. I just got these like a month ago in like June. So from February to June. So definitely paying a price. It's a learning curve also, I feel. It is. But I think we need to be talking about it too. Like, I don't know. I've heard other people talk about it, but just not as much as I hear people that keep pushing preferences. Oh, these women are beautiful, and this type of man's got money. And that's what we're hearing. That's what we're seeing. And while, yeah, that could play a part in it, everybody wants to be with somebody they're attracted to. I'm not saying to go get and be with somebody you're not attracted to. But that's not the foundation of any relationship. Because believe me, we're all going to get older. We're all gonna maybe get heavier. You know, you ain't gonna stay 25 forever. You ain't gonna look like you 25 forever. I don't care what you do. Salute. Adam says, I believe people should work on themselves to a certain extent before inviting up. Absolutely. Absolutely. W says, yes, we men are visual, but a bad attitude will kill it for me, period. I would take a yummy 6 over a bad attitude 7, 8, or 9, or 10 any day. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Miss Wishy, how you doing? It's good to see you in here. Boundaries means nothing without enforcing consequences. Yes, a boundary is a hard line, a line in the sand. That's your boundaries, man. If you do this, it's over. That's it. You know, and that needs to go. This isn't just for men. Tonight isn't just about men. You know, obviously, I speak to men more. I speak with men more, but it's not just about men tonight because this is a problem here, and it's a societal problem. This is what is being pushed. You know what I'm saying? Beauty, 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 body, body, body. You can't even watch news. You can't watch a movie. You can't watch a show without sex, without them telling you what the beauty standards are and all this stuff, man. It's crazy, man. Bruce says, I'd rather have a good, honest woman that's beautiful and gives shit about you, show you true love, and you both communicate than the best looking woman, best body, man. Me too. I mean, but like I said, I've been there, man. I've been there. I'm not gonna lie. Huge sucker for a big butt and a smile, man. Huge. I still like that, but I just don't. It just doesn't mean that much to me now. You know what I'm saying? Can't build your dream home on a foundation of pain. Yeah, and on a foundation of bullshit and superficial shit. That's what we're trying to do. Where wish oh there she go. Wish she here, wish she up in here. These days, how women look is based on your income. Yeah. We back. Salute, nephew. How you doing, man? What up, nephew? SW engineer. Welcome, brother. I don't think I've seen you in here before. Well, welcome to the chat, man. Welcome to the channel, man. Whether you're a man or woman, looks fade over time, only leaving the heart. Yes, yes. So stop making your preferences your boundaries. Like, and I think a lot of people just haven't been straight up told this. They haven't heard this. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of people out there pushing the exact opposite. I don't see it that much. I'm not really on social media that much. I'm on YouTube, but as far as like Facebook, where there's a lot of garbage, and Twitter, I don't really go there anymore. But there was this huge thing about the list. I don't know if that was the beginning of this year or last year, where it was like, oh, you got to do this list and this list. In order to talk to me or date me, you gotta hit my Cash App. And like, all right, so what? All right, what if I can offer you all those things: money, nice car, nice house, um, make you comfortable and secure in life, but I'll beat on you. You know what I mean? I'm a man of no moral character. What if I look nice? I'm 6 feet tall, six pack, 6 inches, but I'm a liar and I'm a cheater. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying settle. I'm not the type of person to come up here and say settle. I'm just saying maybe we're choosing wrong, and that's why we're in a situation that we find ourselves in as men and women. You know, are we talking about how thick foundations are? Well, it's not all women just looking for your money. Can't put every woman in. Nah, we're not. We're not. I'm just saying that this is a message that I want to push back against. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that there are some women. Oh, I think I read that already. all they care. I'm not saying that there are some women that all they care about is how much money you got, but no, my wife not like that. Nah, and I'm not talking about anybody in particular. I'm not coming at anybody in particular because I don't know anybody's particulars. You know what I'm saying? Uh, he says, "What time fast if you are a Western world fat ass, aka BBLs, have ruined the game." But I noticed that's changing now. If she wasn't born with it, I don't want it. I don't know, man. I don't really. I don't know. It just is what it is with me, man. That's not like really that important to me. You know what I'm saying? Tony Braxton is taking Birdman to the cleaners. You're not gonna get into Shannon Sharp. Yeah, ridiculous. Blizzard, I think you're hitting on something with that analogy. I think that's the right way to frame it and put it into, an analogy people can understand, right? How do you build your house? If you're going to buy a house, do you look at the furniture? Do you look at the drapes? Do you look at the paintings on the wall? Some people will, some people do. You know what I mean? But they don't go check the foundation. You know what I'm saying? And that's the most important thing. You know what I'm saying? It's the most important thing. What inspired this topic? Somebody else's live stream, where all they were talking about was how good a certain ethnicity of women look, and it was all about looks. You know what I'm saying? And oh, we need to fly to a whole different country because the women are beautiful. And I was like, that's absolutely wrong, man. In my opinion, that's absolutely wrong, man. But guys are doing it, and we know guys are doing it. And if I'm not saying that it's not going to work out doing it that way, but then once that idea popped into my head, all right, then you start really thinking about it and it gets deeper. I did a video on boundaries and standards before, you know what I mean? But I like to have this back and forth because, like I said, I don't know everything, and my mind is open to learn, and that's why when I open up the panel, I'm open to hearing different people's opinions. Always. What does a smelly BBL smell like? I don't know, man. I would think it smelled like rotten fresh or rotten flesh. Because isn't that like what it is? They take it from like your gut and put it and inject it into the ass. I think that's what it is. Always check the quality. Yeah, but what I like and what's my boundaries aren't going to be somebody else's boundaries. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm not gonna come up here and be like, oh, this you must do this. I can't say that. Some people you have to have the same religion. That's a hard boundary to some people. You know what I'm saying? Smells like sweaty. I never smelled one, so I don't know, man. But you know, so the first thing I believe you should do in a relationship is let me say this. I'm not a relationship coach. I'm not an expert either. You know what I mean? But I think these are the things we need to be looking for and putting first when we start relationships, so we don't get it twisted, man. You know, establish the boundaries that are non-negotiables. They will protect your mental, emotional, and spiritual peace. Is that not more important in the long run? Is that not more important, than what a woman looks like? Beautiful woman is not guaranteed to bring you peace. I'm not saying go find a ugly woman or ugly woman will, you know what I mean? But we all say we're searching for peace. What do we say we want? The 3 P's. We know what they are. I don't need to repeat them. The 3 P's. You know what I'm saying? I think the biggest one is peace. Peace of mind. That's the biggest out of the 3. You may not agree. Some people's gonna say it's a piece of Sex. Some people says it is. That's the most important thing to them. But you're gonna take everything else that comes with it, man. You know, then you're gonna be up here whining and complaining how you got done wrong, how you got took into the cleaners because you didn't know how to vet and you vetted that woman wrong. And that's why a lot of the times, like you see me, I talk the way I talk because I've had a lot of these conversations. You know what I'm saying? I like that one, W. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. All those things. Where's he at? Where's he at? I seen it. All right. I like this one right here. When I look at buying a house, I evaluate the key items: school districts, ranking, uh, neighborhood design, safety, location in neighborhood, floor plan quality. These will determine future resale values. Yeah, I get yeah, exactly though, right? Exactly. If you've seen the thumbnail, you've seen that the foundation was cracked, but it's a beautiful car sitting in there. It's beautiful furniture in there, man. But the foundation is cracked. That's how we're building our relationships, man. We're not looking at any of these things, man. Right? We're looking at the drapes, the furniture, you know what I mean? The pool in the back. That's what we're looking at, man. So SW Engineering says, yes, all organisms seek peace from the small to the large. Right? Are we seeking peace or are we seeking a piece of ass? Let's be real, man. Let's be real. Are we doing this backwards? Are we doing this black? Lady Logan, salute and welcome to the live stream. Hey, all y'all content creators, type mine in the chat. MINE. Says, hey, blizzardabroad, just a quick hello because I haven't seen you in a while. I can't stay, but I hope you are doing well. I'll catch you again. Thanks for that. Thanks for all you do. Thank you. No, thank you. I appreciate you. Bruce already won the shirt. I mean, Ryan won the shirt. I'm sorry. Ryan won the shirt. The I'm So Fly shirt. Salute to Ryan, man. I'm gonna do that every week. I'm gonna try to do that every Wednesday. All right. I'm gonna give away a shirt. I'm gonna pick a certain word. I'm not gonna disclose what it is, and whoever types that word, I'm gonna try to get Nightbot on it, but I gotta be on it to recognize it. And then whoever wins, I'm gonna ship you out one of these shirts. Wherever you want it, you could get it in a UPS store, FedEx store, whatever. You don't have to give me your home address, but I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna pay you all the shipping and all that stuff. That's my thank you for you guys, keeping it real, man, showing up for me, man, because I do appreciate y'all. Hassan says, I'm sensitive to smells, not scents, though. Everyone's definition of peace varies. The key is finding yours. Absolutely. Everybody's going to be different. Everybody's going to have different boundaries, different standards, different preferences, and that's okay. As long as you know yours and you stick to them, your boundaries are non-negotiables. Maybe I'll do another video or I'll redo that video. You know what I'm saying? And post it again because it's important. It really is, man. Nobody ever had this conversation with me growing up when I started dating. My father should have had it with me. He really should have. I've had it with my son. I've definitely had this conversation with my son. I didn't frame it in this way, but I had the conversation on a level with him where he could understand it. So establish the boundaries first. The boundaries first. Boundaries aren't for you to control others. You know what I'm saying? But what they do is tell people what's acceptable to you, right? What you won't deal with up front. And you have to stick to them. You can't let them slide. That's why they're boundaries. A lot of times we're ignoring red flags. We are. We'll say that, if you cheat on me, it's over. But then the person gets caught cheating and we stay and we forgive them. We try to make it work. And I know there's reasons why you would do that. Um, I've been cheated on before. I've cheated and I've been cheated on. So, you know, it's wrong both ways. Um, but that's a boundary that you should not let slide. Any of us, man or woman. If that's, I mean, if you're okay with it, fine. But if you set that boundary, you need to stick to it. That's a hard line. You need to stick to it, right? Women, if you don't like aggressive men, and you don't want that in your life, set that boundary up front. And if that man gets aggressive, raises his voice too loud, you know what I mean? You leave right then and there. The first time, not the second time, third, 30th, you know. That's a boundary. They're not walls, but they're your blueprint for what keeps the peace in your life. And we need to stick by them, right? Absolutely. All right. Frank Tate, I've seen you in the chat. Where you at, Mr. Tate? It's what's inside of a woman that counts, but looks do help. Yes, exactly. What's the character of a person? Do they align with you, with your values, with the path you're walking in life? That's important. It wasn't important to me at a younger age, but I'm older, I'm wiser, right? And instead of keeping this in and not talking about it, I want to talk about it. Because let's be real, how many people are having this conversation? How many people are talking like this? In this genre that we're in. How many people are having this conversation right now? Thank you for that. Support this channel, man. Rose-colored glasses with Lord and Lady Logan. Salute. Thank you, Miss Wishy. I agree, Adam. Peace within you. Yes, yes, exactly. One day I will be consistent with mine. I have art channels. Salute. Always find NYT. I agree, Frank. How could you be with someone who's not even catches your eyes? Yeah, you can't. You can't. But what I'm saying is that a lot of people will only focus on that, and that's the most important thing to them. Some people it's money. Some people it's status. You know, to find your peace, you need to strip away all the masks. When you understand your core values, is when you can build a better life. Science has shown that one of the things that upsets people the most is unmet expectations. Boundaries help to avoid that. Exactly. Thank you for that. Thank you. Exactly, man. Right? Standards. Standards need maintenance, right? Consistency. You need to be consistent, but I understand that sometimes you're going to fall short. That is something that you can work on. Something you can agree to work on. That's maintenance, right? Communication. That's something that you could work on. Those are standards. You need them in a relationship. You absolutely need to have consistency in communication in relationships. But at times, it's just not going to be there. We know that because we're human. You know what I'm saying? That's something that you can work on. All right, babe. Look, I know, you know, I haven't been as consistent with whatever, but I'm going to work on it and I'm going to get better at it. That's not a boundary. That's something you could work on. That's something you can maintain over time. That's something you're going to fall short. And then sometimes you're going to be up to par. And sometimes you're going to be over par. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. And that's the difference between boundaries and standards. All right. That's the difference. They don't have to be compromised completely, but it's something that there's a little leeway and it's some things that you can work on. Right. That's the standards. You know what I'm saying? It's what you expect somebody to do. It's not something that it's 100% gonna end the relationship because a person falls short. And the difference between that and a boundary is, like I said, a boundary is physical violence. A boundary is raising your voice too loud. A lot. Some people don't like that, but definitely I can use physical violence as a boundary, because that is something that it should be no coming back from. Cheating, that's something that there should be no coming back from, right? So if I lay my hands on a woman, she should leave me. Call the cops. Absolutely. That is a boundary that is crossed. A red line, a line in the sand, that shouldn't be caught. That um shouldn't be crossed. That's the difference right there. All right. Now I'll read some of this chat. Ron Lawson, he says, not to go against what you're saying, because I agree, but we should also allow the person a chance to grow from mistakes. Yeah, with standards, but not boundaries. Because the other things that we need to have this conversation up front. We need to be having these real conversations. A lot of people up front will tell you what their preferences are. But we need to be telling people, not on the first date, but if it's turned into serious, yeah, this is what I absolutely won't accept. You know, this is what I expect, and this is what I like. And that's the difference. And that's how you build from the foundation up instead of building from the roof down. And if I'm lying, I need y'all to let me know. If I'm wrong, say it. If you don't agree, that's fine. Right? If it's not for you, that's fine. But maybe this is a conversation that you could take and you could have with somebody else. Maybe if that's all I accomplished for you tonight, is that you realize that we're not having this conversation enough in our communities, in our society, and you want to put a spin on it and take your opinions, and you go talk to somebody else. You go talk to your son and your daughter about this, or your niece or your grandkids about this. You need to be having this conversation. We all do. Expat says, I don't think a man truly matures until he stops allowing his banana control his actions. Icy's in the building. Icy, how you doing? Long time no see, friend. It feels like so long, man. I really did miss this, man. I was trying to get back to it, but I just knew I wasn't be able to make it happen, man. Says hi to everybody in the chat. I'll be in the bushes, even if I don't want to. You'll be in my areas. Thank you. Success is paved with failures of those who don't give up on themselves. Yeah, absolutely, man. Everyone saying hi. I like that. If it comes down to me needing to put my hands on a woman, I know that it's time for me to leave that woman. Exactly. That's a boundary for you. If this woman is getting me to the point to where I'm feeling that urge, or not even, I'm not gonna say an urge, but I'm having that thought even in my head, it's time to go. It's time to go. I'm behind in the chat. I apologize. Yeah, type mine. Finally, he saw me. Salute. He says, I didn't want to miss this live. I appreciate you. But don't miss it, Icy. Nah, you gotta work. I understand that. Gotta work, man. Like, I know. I'm living it now, man. I think when I first came to YouTube, I was working third shift. And I didn't have I ain't gonna say I had an easy job, but it's not like the job I had now, man. And when I'm on call, like right now, this week, I'm not on call. So I'm fine. I could stream. I could do whatever. Next week, I'll be back on call. So we do 1 week on call, 1 week off. You know, it's not mandatory. It's something I chose. Um, but it is what it is. I'm grinding. I don't care. I'm grinding. I got things I'm trying to accomplish. Um, and I need it. Luck is nothing more than preparation, creating opportunity. Um, absolutely, man. I agree. Work come first, so we all understand that. Ice. Yep. I definitely understand that. Preferences. This is this is honestly, I keep thinking about that list. I should have downloaded something and put it up here. An example of the list, because I know that list thing was going around last year, man. It was funny as hell to me. Like some stuff I just laugh at, but other people take serious. Like when I seen the women posting that list and had like 15 things or 10 things that a man has to do or be, and then like none of it was like understanding or it was all like you got to make this much amount of money, you got to be this tall, you got to drive this, you got to buy me this. So I was like, yo, oh man, it for me it was funny, right? Hold on, all right, I'll read this one before I go. He says, standards, in your opinion, where it should be based. Where should it be based from? If need more context, I'll try to type. Your standards, they're personal. They're personal. I can't tell you what your standards are. I think, like I said, I think standards are what you need in a relationship. You know, not they're not deal breakers though, but it's something that you need in a relationship to keep it going. You know, you need communication, right? You need understanding. But those things at times they go like this because we're human, right? We have bad days. So some days I might be a little off putting. I might be a little off putting. Hopefully you'll understand that. Oh, he's just having a bad day. Um, all right. And then maybe we could talk about it. All right. Well, next time you're having a bad day, just let me know so I could do this or I could stay away or anything. Anything. Um, those are standards though. Like I said, communication. Some days I'm not gonna be in the mood to really be that communicative or whatever that word is. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna have a bad day. But you'll understand that just because I had that one bad day, that we're not gonna end the relationship, right? That's a standard. And it can be maintained. The boundary is me. I'm gonna keep going to physical violence, not just because it's so clear. You know what I mean? If I'm having a bad day and I shove you because I'm having a bad day, that's a boundary that got crossed, right? That's different. If I hit you, or if a man hits a woman, that is a boundary that should not get crossed. And like I said, it doesn't have to be your boundary. I'm just using examples. You know what I mean? He says, because if we're talking about politics, I already asked this before, how low a standard before. No, I'm not talking about politics. I'm talking about relationships. Straight up relationships being built the wrong way. And that being the reason why, um, we find ourselves in the West, especially in the West, having these relationship dynamics that we're having right now. The gender war. Maybe this is one of the contributing factors to why we even have a gender war, right? Because we talk about it all the time. You know, it's stupid to me. But this is why. This is why there are a lot of broken relationships. Because we're building relationships the wrong way. We're building them backwards. Looking for a partner. If I base it online and what we hear about, it seems pretty high. So any thoughts? Yeah, It looks like that online. Now, I'll be honest. I dated a woman who had very high, what she called standards. I knew it even at that time that they were preferences. Because believe me, I didn't meet a lot of she had like 10. I only met like 2 out of the 10. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't making over 6 figures when I dated her. I wasn't 6 feet tall. And it was a bunch of shit like that. You know what I mean? It was a bunch of shit like I like tall men over 6 feet. My man gotta make 6 figures. What? How we end up together? It's because they were preferences. They weren't standards. And honestly, there was a lot of stuff that should have been standards that were off that weren't on that list. Like she literally had a list. I seen it. She showed it to me like a year into the relationship. She showed it to me. Ron says, hey Blizzard, are you monetized already? If you don't mind me asking, I heard you mention something about it. No, I'm not monetized yet. I'm really not monetized yet. I'm getting close, man. And I don't want to, I'm not gonna push for it. I'm not gonna do nothing um out of the ordinary for me to get there. I'm like 200 and something hours away from hitting the first level of monetization, which is super chats, members, and something else in the store, the online store. So I'm like 220 hours away from that, which we'll get there, man. Little at a time, man. We'll get there. And then we'll start pushing towards the 4,000. So salute to all you guys, because you guys watching is what's doing it. It's not me. I could be sitting here talking to nobody, but you guys are here, and I appreciate that. Bruce says, there are people out there I see that have to hit lowest point before they wake up. Absolutely. And you got to let them, because you can't be throwing yourself under their landing point. Let them hit, and just be there when they wake up. My standard is easy. I don't need a man who could carry my purse and me. All right, and you. Okay, we switched that. All right. I was gonna say there's a lot of men out here. They carrying their own purse. Salute. Ron, pretty sure he just needs watching hours. That being said, everyone, there's a playlist to watch and it'll be appreciated. Yeah, salute. Thank you, Icy. Yeah, I do got a playlist, man. I got a playlist for live streams. I got a playlist for real man conversations. I got a Airbnb one. Ain't too much on the Airbnb one. But yeah, if you guys want, you could go watch the playlist, man. In your downtime. I would appreciate that. Well, I never had any luck online dating, Icy, so I say go to wherever, get on your ground, see for yourself. Yeah, the world is full of noise, making it hard to listen to your heart. Yeah. Think of rock bottom as a launcher pad. I don't know, man. I look at it as the bottom of a damn pit. You're gonna have to get up and climb back up. That's really how I look at it, man. You're gonna have to get up and climb back up. And that's the hardest part. That's the hardest part, man. So preferences, like I was saying, man. Should preferences lead your relationship? What a person looks like, what their body looks like, how much money they make. Not even all the times about. I've heard people say that they prefer a certain career, and I know that career makes less than what I make. It just sounds like a good career. You know what I mean? Like lawyer. Lawyer. All lawyers don't make good money, especially starting out. I'm not down in the profession, but I was like, yeah, just because somebody's a lawyer doesn't mean that they're making good money. It's a good profession to be in. but they could be a bad lawyer. So if you want a profession to be one of the leading or most deciding factors in a relationship, I don't think it's smart. But I can't tell anybody else what to do. You know, beat your life. Salute, brother. Good to see you. And he said preferences are huge. I appreciate that, Ron Lawson, man. Thank you, man. He says I would definitely watch that list, man. I appreciate it, man. Some people choose to remain in their pit of despair, man. Brett, how you doing, man? Good to see you, Brett. I don't know, what you on vacation or something, man? I seen where you was at. That house looked nice, man. The house is. I don't know. You're in like a compound or something. Yeah, it looked nice with the river in the back and all that, man. That's a pretty nice spot you're at, man. Some people choose to remain in despair, man. Preferences are changeable, right? But we often prioritize preferences because we're avoiding the real shit. We're avoiding the real shit. Maybe we've been hurt in the past. I don't know. I really can't explain it, man. I just know that I wasn't taught how to have relationships, how to choose women. I learned it the hard way, man. I learned it through experience. And honestly, I would hate for my son to have to go through it and learn it the way I did. And even though he may well he has free will, he can do whatever he wants. But at least I'm going to have this conversation with him, And I think we all should be doing this, right? We all should be having this conversation, because attraction is important. But is it more important than the behavior of somebody? Right? I think W said it earlier. Man. He said he'd rather have a 6 than a 8, 9, or 10 with a bad attitude. And I believe that. Like I said earlier, you want somebody a certain height, but they're a liar and a cheater. You want a certain look, a person with a certain look or style, but they disrespect you. You want somebody that shares the same hobbies with you, but they don't support you when you're ready to grow out of that. So if your peace depends on your preferences, I think you're always going to be chasing it. You're always going to be chasing it. What happens when the woman, I'm talking to the fellas right now. What happens when the woman with that nice body, when she gets pregnant a couple times, she can't lose that stubborn belly fat? Does it change for you if she gains a little weight? If that's the only thing you were with her for, was for her body? I'm just asking. I'm not judging nobody, man. I'm just asking. I'm not really talking about in real life, because in real life, I don't know any Delulu people. Not my cup of tea to hang around with. Yeah, I know some in real life. I definitely know some. I'll hang around with them. But, man, the reason I explained in context, I only heard it with content creators that pushes these high standards. Honestly, like I said, I think a lot of it's just preferences. When you look at them lists, man, it's ridiculous, man. It's preferences. And I don't know if are we really living like that? Are we really living like that? Because I've seen a live stream where people were talking about, and they put up a beautiful woman. These people like, oh man, I'm moving over there. I gotta move over there. I don't know if they're serious or not, but you're talking about moving to a halfway across the world just because you've seen a beautiful woman. You don't know that woman's heart. You don't know her mind. You don't know how she acts in real life. Like, I remember seeing short on YouTube, man, and it was like y'all probably seen it because it was viewed like hundreds of millions of times. It was a short, and it was a landlord. He was evicting a tenant. He was walking through the house, and it was just like McDonald's, rappers, Burger King, all type of shit that looked like they just ate that every day and they never threw any of it out. He was wading through this shit, and he was mad. He said, "This is I don't see how y'all be online with this content creator. She only got one clean spot in the house where she live streamed, and the whole rest of the house." And he showed it, and it was just trash everywhere, man. But where she live streamed that was the only clean part. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying, you don't know. You don't know how people really living. Just because somebody look good, just because they talk good, are they right for you? Like I said, because preferences are changeable, man. They change over time. We change what we like. You know what I mean? When I was younger, I liked video games. I'm older now. I wouldn't touch a video game right now. That's just me. That changed. What I liked changed. So am I willing to bet my whole life over something I like? Not something that I need, not something that I truly value in life, like peace of mind. So that's good, Brett. My Dodgers lost again. I'm not into baseball at all. At all, not one iota. Into all lives from rain with fire. And Russ, what's up, brother? Thank you, Wishy. Says Julio has a home run and 3 RBIs. I don't know. If I hear any more high value men or high value women, I'm gonna lose my yeah. In their mind, they could be whatever they want in their mind. I don't know. I don't get it, man. People prop themselves up as something and they may be that or not. I don't know, man. I just like being humble. Like I said, I could be sitting here a millionaire. You guys want to know it. I'll be the same person. I'll be exactly the same person. I know that. What is that? Where you get? How you do that? I see. Yeah. Because as long as they fit themselves, I won't really have any problems with it. Yeah. That body will go away. You not want to be doing it only for looks. Yeah, exactly. Put trash in the garbage or your life will become a landfill. Yep, I agree, man. They will still have some belly fat after having a few kids. I don't care if you work out. Is that true, Icy? What Bruce just said? You're gonna have that stubborn belly fat. Same goes to the standards or preferences on DI. You or do you think the way they want is justified? Any thoughts? Yeah, I think anybody can have any standards, any boundaries, any preferences you want. Just don't come up here crying and complaining about it. Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't need to share that with the world. You don't need to be posting your boundaries, standards, your preferences. Have that conversation with the person that's in your life. But yeah, you can have boundaries, whatever boundaries, preferences you want, you can have it. You know what I mean? That don't mean that everybody's gonna fit into it, and everybody needs to fit into it. And when your relationship fails, don't come up here crying and complaining, talking about all men ain't shit, all women ain't shit, this or that. You know what I mean? Because just live with what you asked for, right? Because you asked for a 6-foot man. You asked for a woman with a big butt and a cute face. You didn't ask for a peaceful person. That wasn't your preference. That wasn't your number one. I mean, that wasn't your standard or your boundaries. You know, you didn't ask for a peaceful person. You asked for a rich person. And every rich person, every beautiful person is not a peaceful, um, agreeable, likable, down to earth person. So if you could find that all in one, that's the best thing. But if that's what you require, is a peaceful person, an agreeable person, an understanding person, a person that knows how to communicate and regulate their emotions, then that's what you need to lead with first. And a lot of us get caught in because, like you said, you got to be attracted to a person. That's what draws a lot of us to a person, right? And we get caught up in the looks. We get caught up in the sexual moments. And we don't want to walk away from that when we figure out that this person isn't right for me, or I can't get along with this person. This person doesn't have the same values. We don't walk away when we realize that. We think that it's going to get better over time, or we're going to change this person, and we start really believing that, and we expect them to change. And when they don't, things fall apart. People aren't happy, and that's when the resentment sets in. That's what we're hearing. That's what we're hearing. With this so-called gender war, that's what we're hearing. Those are the complaints that we're hearing a lot of times. And that's why I always come up here and I always say that, I was married and I got a divorce and I was the cause of it. Even if I'm the one that decided to leave, I was the cause of the relationship going downhill. And you don't hear me come up here and complain and talk shit about women or anything like that. Just because I know what I did wrong. I chose wrong. I was wrong. I acted wrong. And I'm willing to take that. Who being petty? Same goes to the standards of preferences. I'm sorry. I don't know who being petty. Adam would be great mental health counselor. Yeah. So he could write a book of quotes. Man. Don't take away my video games. That's one of my boundaries. Yeah. Pretty too icy. What look to you? I remember these are preference. A gamer. All right, gamer. Yeah, I don't care. Like, I'm just saying that I used to love video games when I was younger, and now I don't. So the things that we like can change. You know what I mean? You love video game, icy. Maybe you won't in your 60s. I don't know. Maybe you will. But those type of things, stuff that we like, can change. As if it should be the blueprint for success. Nah, I don't have it. I don't have it either. I don't have the answers. I just want to start conversations. I love to think that sometimes the topics I bring up will spark other conversations in other people's lives. Like I said, a lot of these conversations I talk about, I actually had them with my son, or with some of my nephews or the people I work with, or, I've had these conversations, man. So they're real conversations. And I swear, I remember one kid, Alex, that I used to work with at my old job. He was like, man, he's like, the conversations I be having with you, I never had those conversations with my dad. Straight up. I don't know if he's watching this. I hope he's watching this. He will put a 1 in the chat, but nah, I probably not. I know he's out. Matter of fact, he's at work right now. But yeah, he literally said that. He's like, yeah, and I see it because my dad, like I said, my dad didn't have this type of conversation with me either. You know, entitlement thinks the world should bow down to them, man. It's definitely true, Blizzard. As long as I'm on top of my diets and workouts. Yeah, she said, nah, that stubborn belly fat ain't coming back on icy. Yeah, you can't blame the world for what you allow. Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. And that's what we see a lot. You know, I know people that have been in 2 relationships in their life and they're done. They're over it. They're done. You know? And they think all men ain't shit. Or they think all women ain't shit. But you haven't dated all men, all women. You don't really have, in my opinion, 2 relationships, uh, and you're really still young. You don't have a lot of experience. And did you lead that relationship upside down? You know, exactly. Not knowing better and making choices in life. At least be accountable. Yeah. Did you know better? Did you know how to choose somebody to be in a relationship? Did you have these conversations, you know, about your standards, about your boundaries, your standards, and your preferences? You know, did you? Did you? Did you even know to have that conversation at 19 years old, at 20 years old? Probably not. You know? So don't blame, like he said, don't blame the world for what you allowed in your life. You didn't know no better. A lot of us don't know no better. Some of us in our 30s and 40s, man, we've never had someone have this conversation with them and say, hey, you're building that relationship wrong. Who gives a fuck if she got a big butt? You know, if she gonna be arguing with you all night. If she not gonna let you get peace after a 10-hour work day or 12 hours, you've been busting your ass out in the sun and you can't come home and get no peace. I don't care what a woman look like. You know, if I come home after 12 hours and I gotta go out and work in the middle of the night, if somebody calls, and you know, I don't care what that woman looks like, man, if I can't get peace. You know, but there was a time in my life where I put up with that. 100%. I did it. I put up with it. Now I know better. But I had to learn that the hard way, you know? So let's start having these conversations, especially if we have children. Let's start having these conversations when they're old enough so they know how to build a relationship the right way. Because I don't want to hear from people that want to give advice, but they don't want answers. They don't want to answer questions. Yeah. Love is already crazy enough for some and not practical critical thinking, not practicing critical thinking, even in relationship. Needs to be accountable for, or the choices can affect our future. Yeah. Be better, willing to learn, be happy, enjoy, smile, love, love, love. Exactly. Willing to learn is one of the biggest things it's one of the most important things if you're looking to grow. Be willing to learn. And a lot of time you don't choose who you get your lessons from. Not in life, you know, not life lessons. They could come from anywhere, you know. They could come from the least suspected person. Could teach you a life lesson and change your life, man. You know. That's why I like Sunshine Shoulders, man. Cause I swear, man. I know I bring him up a lot. It's because like he really inspires me, man. And I don't know if a lot of y'all know the background story that he has, or if y'all have ever taken the time to look at it, his background story, man, where he came from. You know, it's inspiring, man. He was like, I'll let you guys search it out, but he just look into his background story, man, and where he came from, man. You know, and I've been on the other side of that, and still was able to have conversations with drug addicts. and learn from them. I didn't look down on them. I would have a conversation because they're humans. Some of them been through some real things in life, man. So don't look on down on anybody and think you can't learn from them, man. Being willing to learn is one of the most important things that you can be in life, man. Like I said, you can't always choose where you're gonna learn a life lesson from. A lot of us think we can, but you can't. Because I saw a grandpa playing what's FPS. I Have Hopes. That's a video game. Hit the like button, please, if you haven't. Yeah, hit the like button, man. Thank you. I appreciate it in advance. Do you all think marriage is still a good idea? It's only paper after all. Just curious. I'm not against marriage. I don't advocate for it. I don't advocate against it. It's not my decision if any other person decides to get married. You know, only blessing that I'm gonna give is my daughter. I think, well, that needs my approval, and she really don't need my approval to get married, but it's just customary. That's the only one I got some saying. I can't tell Russ, if he should get married or not. It's not up to me, man. I'm not against it. Like I said, I don't advocate for marriage. I don't advocate against it. It's not my choice if anybody else should get married. If the right woman comes along, I'm not against marrying again. The right woman though. And I'll do it the right way. Move all the masks and look in the mirror. If you don't like what you see, change it. Easier said than done, man. I wish people could just look in the mirror, man. A lot more. It's good for me. I can't speak for others. Yeah, a snake can't change by shedding the skin. It's still a snake. That's great, Bruce. I think it can be great. I agree. It's great to meet RS. Yes, I always try to explain to women. It's not how much money a man makes. It's what he does with the money that he makes. Poor people can become rich if they live below their means, save, and invest. Yeah, exactly. Does it matter if I make $250,000 a year if I don't know how to spend it? If I'm blowing it and wasting it, doesn't matter. Or a person can make 90,000 a year, cut his expenses, save the right way. They probably have more cash on hand or more investments than a person making 290,000 because he knows how to save money. He knows how to spend it, how to invest it. So it's not how much you make. Thanks for that comment, Frank. It's not how much you make, it's how you spend it. All right, cool. I can't tell anyone how to live their lives. Just be happy with no regrets. Salute. Thank you, Brett. Salute, man. Would you have checked out to go watch the game? The game got good. I absolutely agree with Frank on that one, man. That was a good one. I think it's good too, Bruce. It's interesting though that the legal part can have negative repercussions unnecessarily. Yeah, just make sure you know what you're getting into. Like shit. How long has divorce been around? My whole life. How long has child support been around? My whole life. I know what it was. I like, so if you're going to enter into that, just know that comes along with it, and be careful and choose the right one, and choose the person for the right reasons. This is part of the conversation we're having tonight. That comes with it. If you're going to get married, there's a chance that divorce will be in your future. Let's be real. I'm not saying it absolutely has to come to that. So before you get married, take that in consideration. Don't go into it blind, you know, and choose that person for the right reasons, man. Choose a person that aligns with you. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Choose a person that aligns with you. You know, don't just just my opinion, guys. And that's why I honestly I support men. I advocate for men, but I'm always gonna come up here and push back against the men that just come up here and complain, right? Because if you don't want to be responsible for the situation you're in life, who's gonna be responsible for it? Everybody else? Like, I don't get it. Did all women make you get married? Did you not know that there was a possibility that you could get divorced? When you have it, even no matter what a woman promises, no matter what a man promises, that possibility is there. You know, it's there. And I think we know it. We don't want to know it. We don't want to see it. We want to think that everything's going to work out. But don't go into that. Even that, don't go into it blind. That's a possibility. And if you choose to have a kid, there's a possibility that a divorce could come and you could be paying child support, or you could be dealing with a deadbeat dad, or it's all possibilities. Why do we act like, just because we're in love, like nothing's ever going to go wrong? Yeah, all right, it could have repercussions. Yeah, absolutely. I'm happily married, love at first sight, no kidding. Here I'm 28 years later. She's my best friend, has my back in the good times and the bad. Salute, man. Salute, man. Congratulations. 28 years. There was a time where I'd have been like, 28 years. I ain't gonna front. That's a long time to be with the same woman. Oh, there was a time where I would have just to bust your balls, but I ain't even gonna do it, man. Yeah, salute and congratulations, man. 28 years, man. That's good, man. And with 28 years comes a lot of up and downs, man. I know that. I know that part. But it's still going. So salute. Thank you, man. Thank you. Marriage for a long time and still being happy. Yes. Because being with wise men is the commonalities I see in good, happy marriage. I see it. Any thoughts? And my standard of wise disclaimer, yeah. The truth is, you only have the power to change yourself and surround yourself with like-minded people. You can't change a person if they don't want it. He says, you are so right, Blizzard. A husband and wife must work as a team. Absolutely. Wise woman is a cycle. Wise men do attract wise women. Just an observation. Salute. So I'm gonna open up the chat, man. If anybody wants to come up, you see what the topic's about, man. I'm gonna open up the chat, and then I'm just gonna keep going. I got did I put an I? Yeah. Yeah, you can't be working against each other, man. You gotta be a team, man. You gotta be a team, man. And a lot of I remember Michelle Obama said something about like people were clowning her when she said it, but it made sense to me where like she was like it's never 50-50, sometimes it's 60-40, 70-30 in either direction. And it made perfect sense to me. People were like clowning her, but I was like, that made perfect sense to me. Because I've always said that, you know, 50-50, it's not like it wouldn't be a circle with a line split down the middle. it would look more like the yin and yang symbol where they overlap because, even though you're a team and even though you're equal, you're not the same, and you both bring different things to the relationship, to the partnership, He says, Icy says, I hope I get there, Russ. Love learning. Hopefully one day I can deliver for the future generation. You already are. You already are delivering. Just keep doing what you're doing, Reason your partners, you got to work and love together. Yeah, salute. Bruce, I see you, brother. How you doing, man? You ready? All right. Welcome to the show, Bruce. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. How's it going?
It's going good for me, man. It really is.
Yeah. Good. I'm glad to see you again, man. Glad that you're back out.
Yeah, that was last week was a long week, man. I ain't gonna lie, but it was good because I don't know. I like my job. I really do, man. It's a hard job, tiring, but I'm loving it right now, man. So
I mean, yeah.
I'm gonna wear down. I know I'm like on a fucking high on a honeymoon or something, I think, but like I said, if I can keep this going, I'll be good, man.
How long you been?
What you say?
Said how long you been working there?
It's only been a month because I got laid off. I got let go in May, the beginning of May, and I took two months where I just chilled, and I went back July.
Nothing wrong with that at all, man. Yeah. So I mean, there's literally like that's cool, man. You take that break for a little bit, get your mind right, and get yourself set, and then you go back.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So I'm gonna be engaged in the chat just to see. We got 6 people in here, man, or as what she would say, 6 million.
Yeah, 6 million. 6 million. I was trying to ask Wishy a question. I mean, not Wishy, but Icy. And like, I love Icy to death, man. Like my little sister. But and I've learned a lot from her. I've learned a lot from a lot of you people that are out here streaming. A lot of people that are in the chat. People that I've talked to. But literally, like, just asking, like, the likes or the looks or what makes like, I wasn't directing it towards her, but that there's people out here, Blizzard, that'll give advice, but they don't want to answer you. They'll just say, just do yourself. That's what basically Icy said. Do yourself. Whatever. If that's your answer, okay. I respect that. But there's people out here doing that.
Do you, boo?
You know that. No, I don't want to do me.
I don't know what you
that's
asked.
Not. Well, okay.
What you asked? Maybe I can answer it. I can give you my opinion. Here, I may not be able to answer. I can give you my opinion. That's all.
No, that's what I mean. You can give an answer. You don't have to give an answer out here. What I'm saying is how do we learn if we have got people that want to give us advice, but when it comes down to asking a question, I can ask you a question, Blizzard. 99.9% you're going to answer it. Icy, 99.1. Anybody in this chat, 99% one. But there's still that 1% or a 0.5% that don't want to answer.
She's seen it. I don't think she's seen it.
But I'm not talking. What I'm saying is, I'm not talking about her. She didn't answer. She said she answered it. She said, "Do you?" But what I'm saying is, do you see that? Do you want to take advice from people that are giving advice but don't want to answer the question? we've talked about this stuff, and
Yeah,
I'm not bringing up like your
yeah,
past one of the, you know, I'm just saying, would you?
not really. But I also
Okay.
don't want somebody to force. I also wouldn't want somebody to force an answer. You know what I mean? That they didn't really
I
have
don't
the
want
answer.
to.
You know what I mean?
That's
If they don't know, like that's perfectly fine with me. I'm the type of person if you ask me a question and I don't know it, I'm gonna say I don't know it.
right. Me too.
Yeah.
And I don't want to force anything on nobody because that's not right. That is not how I am, and I would never do that to anybody. That's wrong. But I'm
Yeah.
just
'Cause I
saying
see a lot of
we
people do
see it.
that and you could tell when they're doing it. So I'd rather
Yeah.
somebody just say, I don't know, man. Or kick it to the chat and let the chat answer it. Because
What
it's some
happens if I learn something out here from you or somebody out here in this chat? What if I learned something? What if I learned something from Frank? What if I learned something from some of his things? What if I learned something from you? And then I learned something from Icy or one of the ladies out here. Like I want to take that. I want to take what you put out here because Blizzard, I know you enough. You're not out here to blow smoke and pee down somebody's leg. Okay, you're out here to be honest. I know you are. So if I can take that much, or I can take that much from each and every one of you, I want to do that to make my relationship. I want to make my wife's relationship with me good. My friends' relationships good. That's all I'm saying, brother.
yeah. I know I get what you're saying. You're looking for answers. I think we all are.
Why not?
We all are. We all are.
Yeah.
You know. But it's YouTube, man. So you got to take and this isn't absolutely isn't a shot at anybody, but you got to take it for some of this shit. You got to take with a grain of salt. You know, because
No,
there's a
agree.
lot of
Yeah.
people out here that are talking, that are giving advice, that haven't one day lived any of the experiences that they would need to even give advice. You know, so you got to be careful. You got to be careful who you listen to, who you take advice from. One,
That's right.
and then we're all just people. We're all just people,
We're
man.
human. And if we make the mistake, if we make a mistake, we got to learn from that mistake, hold ourselves accountability, and don't do it again.
She says, ask the question again, Bruce. He said you answered it and you said, do you, boo boo. I don't know what the
Oh, I
ask the
was
question again. Because I don't
okay.
remember it.
So I was just saying, like, because I had said looks. I don't think that looks, But what's looks like when Blizzard was talking about looks? Like he says that one of the first things is we're looking at women, all right, with the best looking body in the world. Um, but is it about looks? What is looks? What is looks to you? And what's happy? What's happy? What makes that? What's happy to somebody? Is it looks? Is it that I have to have this? But if you do get that, and she has 4 children, is she going to look the same? That was my question. So, what makes the looks happy for you as a woman? Looks. What make? What I mean, what's so look? What is looks
As
to
a
you
woman. As a woman.
as a woman? What is looks?
Yeah, I think she can answer that. You can answer that, Icy. I think she has kind of answered that before.
I think she had.
So yeah.
I think she was saying.
Yeah.
Listen, I accept any answer. I don't. I'm not trying to force it. I'm just saying looks is what I've seen.
Subjective. Just what Russ said. Subjective.
Subjective. Okay. Yeah.
It's true. It's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah. It is.
'Cause I know I have to like stop myself.
So.
Now I stop myself. With women, I'd absolutely would have approached a long time ago. Like absolutely. Now I kind of like, I kind of chill a lot more.
And believe me, I'm not up sitting here saying that I don't like a sexy looking woman. That's not what I'm trying to say. What I'm saying is if the women can, if a true, and it doesn't matter what woman it is, we're just going to say a woman. If a true woman um, likes you for you, you communicate good with each other. Like, does the looks matter? But again, like I think my wife's beautiful. I think, and I'm sure anybody that's with somebody, their girlfriend, I'm sure they. But does does that perfect woman body, does she want your money? Like somebody, I think somebody said
No,
earlier, maybe they
yes,
want money. I don't know.
but that's the whole thing about actually having boundary standards and then preferences. Like all of them matter to me. All of them matter to me. So yeah, I'm gonna be attracted to a person because the way they look. you know, that's gonna be the very, very start, right? I'll be
Right.
attracted to you because I seen you, you know. So
Something.
that's the spark. But we have to once we start having conversations, then I want to get to know you, who you are, what's your goals in life, what kind of person are you, right? What we can't do, well, what we shouldn't do is when that person starts saying things that we don't like or doesn't align with us, is to stay and ignore, right? The things that we don't agree with, the things we don't like, because we're
Hmm.
attracted to them. That's all I'm saying. And like I said, it's just an opinion. And like I said, what the way I see things, other people don't have to see it that way. You know, it just is what it
Because
is.
if it's about looks, if it's about looks for people, there's one thing. Like I get it. I see the personal trainer. That's her job. That's her job. She knows it well. She teaches it. You know what I mean? So I see, like she always says, try to have a healthy standard. See, even myself, I've tried myself, and I can only do it little by little. But the little by little is good for me because it teaches me, and it's also teaching me that at one time that I didn't think my health was going to be that good. I just said, well, maybe I'll just fall apart. And that's what I thought at one time. But I don't think that way now because I listen and learn to people. And it isn't just icy, but just you listen and learn to a doctor. And if it's not one, you go to a second opinion, whatever it is. But you got to listen and you got to follow certain things. And that would still be the same thing as like in a relationship, working as a team.
Yeah. So let me read Icy comments. She says, as a woman, looks for me is a glimpse of who they are. I'm a personal trainer all the way through, so not shame and judging. I do have preference, and to be fair, I need to look the way I like. There's
Thank
nothing
you.
wrong with
Thank
that.
you, Icy. Thank you for that answer, Icy. And I appreciate everything that you say because
But
I'm just asking so I can learn myself. I'm not trying to harp on you or harp on Blizzard either or
yeah,
anybody.
that's her. Yeah, she says that's her. That's
That's
her
what I mean.
answer for her. Basically, she's not talking for all women.
Right.
And there's nothing. Honestly, there's really no right answer. You know what I mean? There's no right answer she could have said or wrong answer because that's her. You know what I mean? That's for her. It may not
Yeah.
be for
Yeah.
all I'm
Yeah.
really saying is that, you know, if you if whatever your preferences, whatever your boundaries are, whatever your standards are, stand on them and be firm. Be firm. Because
Now,
you're gonna have to
what
live
I
with the
sound,
consequences of.
but would I sound immature by if I saying like, and I'm not trying to cut myself, but would I sound immature or would I sound wrong here by saying, well, then I could give you basically a backup answer saying that why, like, if it's looks, definitely I don't know why my wife would want to be with me. That's that. I could say that to you. Maybe that would sound childish, but
Not to me.
I
It
like,
wouldn't sound childish to me.
it wouldn't sound childish to you, but it might sound childish to others, which is fine if it did, because that would be either their opinion or whatever. But to me, is like I told you earlier. I wrote, I accept people for who they are. Basically, is what it is. It's not that uh, I don't, because I do. I've learned since being over there. I've learned people accept you for you, as long as you're good, a good person, I should say. They will respect you for you. They don't care what your personal appearance looks like.
There's probably some that do, you know.
Oh, I'm sure there is. Of course
Long
there
as they
is,
keep,
Blizzard. Of course there's
yeah,
always
and just
people that
keep
do.
it. It is what it is, man. And it's like, who cares? Honestly, those people just won't be in
Well,
your life, and
there you go, brother. That's
that's it. It really don't matter that much. So, and I
right.
think that's the problem. What I have with people who project this, it's like, who cares? I don't really care what your boundaries are. I don't really care what your standards or your preferences are. Just have some, and go about starting relationships the right way. I can't tell you what your boundaries should be. I can't tell you what your preference
Right.
should be. Just please, please
I'm
start
not
having these
gonna. I'm not gonna
conversations
do
and
that.
start
Like
putting them
that's
in the
you
right
gotta.
order. You know, you know, that's it. Please, just let's just have this conversation, and let's please just start putting them in the right order,
I agree,
because
man.
that would be it would be a start to, you know, fixing a lot of problems that we see in our society, man. And I
I
know
agree.
I'm just me. I'm just Blizz. I can't fix society, but I can have these
Me either.
conversations. You know, that's all we could really do.
I'm glad to fix society.
Let me read some comments. Just a preference. It doesn't mean I belittle or will belittle anybody who aren't. Russ says, that's why you date long enough to know the person's true character. Yeah, this is a big problem too. Like, we don't even date the right way. We don't date the right way. Not how we used to. We used to talk on the phone. I'm
Like
old enough
Taurus.
to. I'm old enough. I'm just old enough. Like, I've written letters, not a lot of them, but I've written letters before. You know, I used to write poems. Like, man, but we used to talk on the phone. You had to get to know somebody, man. We don't do that no more. Maybe long distance relationships. Yeah, you have no choice. But in person nowadays, man, like, I've seen the way the kids date now. You know, they talk once or twice on Snapchat and their boyfriend and girlfriend. Straight
Yeah.
up.
We gotta stop.
Straight
Stop that. You
up.
can't be. Do not push
Couple of
yourself.
Instagram messages and their boyfriend and girlfriend. I've seen it.
No. You. So have I. Yeah. Yeah.
Crazy.
Literally, us. I mean, people that literally like Blizzard wants. He wants to help the young. I do too, and I know there's a lot of people in this chat. Probably everybody wants to help the young here. But do not jump into something like that. I don't care what she looks like. I don't care what he looks like. I don't care how much money he's got, and I don't care how much money she's got. Do not push yourself that quick. You will regret it in the end. Listen, I've done
Yeah.
it, and I regret it. So I know. I know. And pushing yourself that quick will only make you lose yourself that
Yeah,
quick
because
too.
you're
And that
skipping a lot of steps. You're skipping a lot of steps, man. And before you
yes,
know it,
sir.
you done ignored all type of red flags. You know, all type of things that you don't agree with. Now you're going along with them.
Go
You know,
meet in person. Go out
begrudgingly.
with them. Get to know them. And like
You know,
Blizzard said, hold your boundaries. Boundaries. He's right. I would have, and I'm not saying that my boundaries are the greatest in the world. Listen, I've got boundaries just like everybody else does. They work for
ain't
me.
nothing wrong with them. Like, and I'm
But
not saying this. Icy, I'm gonna use it as an example. Icy, I'm gonna use it, and I don't, I'm not being serious with it. I'm just using an earlier conversation as an example. If Icy said that being physically fit was one of her boundaries, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
yeah,
But if I seen her end up, and she's married, so this would never happen. But if I seen her dating a chubby guy, I'd be like, she didn't hold to her boundaries. You know what I mean? Like, you said that was your boundary. You know what I mean? So that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, man.
there's
It's the
nothing wrong
boundary.
if
It's the
if
boundary.
woman,
Stick
if
with
that's
it.
what a woman like Icy wants. There's nothing wrong with that. If you are a woman that doesn't doesn't care of age, or if you're some fat guy like me, then yeah, then that's all good. We can talk about things, but that's as far as it's gonna go. Talk, and we'll see where it goes. But I'm definitely not going to jump on just because you have a picture of something that looks like a perfect 10. I could care less.
Yeah, man. See, Icy agrees with you, Bruce. You for who you are. Yes, yes. Salute. Beat your life,
Thanks.
man. Jumping back and forth between me
Listen,
and
I'm just
Sunshine
but
Surfers, probably,
I'm,
man. But yeah. See, Russ says you sound pretty wise, bro. Anybody who minds your business as
thanks.
a married couple outside the family is immature ones. Yeah, at least in my opinion. Close family like your in-laws and parents and the elders, maybe if they have something to say, but at some instance, yeah, I'm pretty with my relationships, certain things in my life, I don't share. I don't share at all. You know what I mean? Um, so like I like if I'm dating, I'll let you guys know I'm in a relationship, but as far as personal details, I'm not sharing that at all. At all. When I get married, if I do ever get married, you guys will know when I get married. I'll share it with you. Hey guys, I'm married. That's the type of shit I'm on. Like I don't really share that stuff, man. Just is what it is. Adam says I set people for who they are doesn't mean I will allow them in my life. Exactly, yo. Frank says, my mother told me always pick a woman by what's in their heart, but my father told me don't pick a woman that your kids would be offended. Bananas, you walk down the street. Oh, be offered bananas. Saying goes to people who set their boundaries and they're the ones who first to do it to other people. Yeah, yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Hypocrisy.
I think Frank picked right. So rather if it was him listening to his mother or his father, I think Frank done well. So
Right? Pet peeve, my dislike for real. People who can't walk the walk and talk the talk is too irrelevant for me. Just saying, and the reason I hope I don't turn into one. That's what's surrounding. Yeah, it's a lot of that out here. So, and I think
yeah,
Bruce, Bruce alluded to it. People that give advice but don't show you how they got where they're at. Don't show you the how. I talk about it a lot. You know what I mean? The people who only talk after they gotten what they want out of life.
yeah,
They don't show you, and then they act like they didn't suffer or struggle to get to where they are. You know,
that's that like button.
yeah.
Ryan
Tell
wants to
people
come
to
up.
enjoy life. Oh, hold on.
Blizzard.
Here we go. I'm gonna drop the link. I'm gonna finish these comments. I'm gonna try to catch up with these comments.
All right, go ahead, man.
Here's the link right there. Ourselves with level-minded people and good community really helps her make the journey easier. Yeah. What you mean? And here I was hoping for a video. What you mean video? Russ? Oh, oh, about the relationship? Nah, not right now. I'm single, so I'm good. I'm just not that type of person to have somebody all on the screen and scrutinizing and all that stuff, man. Not especially if I'm serious about that person. You know. Ryan, all right, here you go, Ryan. Anybody else wants to come up, man? The link is right there. Just hit it. Salute,
Hey,
Ryan.
Ryan.
You sound kind of low, brother.
Kind of low.
Yeah.
That's kind of cold too. No, right. I'm free.
Yeah, that's the topic, man. I think, like I said, it's a topic that we need to be talking about. Maybe it's not for you. Maybe you're in a happy relationship. You got no problems. You've been in, like Russ said, 28 years, almost 30 years, man. Maybe he doesn't need this. Maybe it'll spark something in him to say, hey, I got a 17-year-old nephew or 16-year-old niece or a child. I don't know his children, but maybe I could have this conversation with them. Maybe I need to have this conversation with them.
Yeah.
And then, the analogy is there. I think the house analogy is probably one of the easiest ways that you can explain it to somebody.
Yeah.
Ryan, what up, brother? Don't forget to email me, man. I got you, bro. Absolutely.
I do appreciate so much.
I don't know. Australia, it might take a damn month to get there, but you'll get it.
It does well.
No, it won't take that long, man.
So good, huh? Yeah.
Take about 7 to 10 days.
Yeah, Teespring though. It's from Teespring.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But it'll be on its way, man. Yeah. Russ says I could tell you about all sorts of problems and struggles. Yeah, but
Right.
I think if it's built on, and that's what I was saying, if it's built on the right foundation, then it's worth going through that. It's worth going through the struggles. If it's built on something superficial, I don't think it's gonna be worth going through them struggles, going through the trials and tribulations.
Perfect example. And I'm not ashamed to admit this. I don't even care what people think because it wasn't my fault. But the first time I did go over, we were going through doing all the marriage stuff, and I ended up going to an ATM to try to pull money out, and literally my card and my bank card and my credit cards were hacked. 2 cards. I didn't use my third one, but they were hacked. And so I literally had I had to call back to family to my dad was helping at the time. I put him as a contact, him that he could go in and put money in my name when it would come through from work. So we went through that. Everything was good. So he basically ended up told me what happened. The bank I was emailing back and forth with. All right. And so literally, it took about 72 hours. I had everything changed around. My credit card was just stopped until I got back at the time, which was fine. But literally, if it wasn't for my wife and that 72 hours, I literally was basically kind of shit out of luck. And she would have been too. But we figured it out. It was, a problem, and it got solved.
Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be, man. Yeah, type mine for fellow content creators. If you're in here and you have a channel, man, type mine in the chat, man. We need to support each other. Honestly, YouTube is not gonna do it, man. YouTube is not gonna push us. Believe me, man. We gotta do it amongst each other, man. It's sad, but it just is what it is. That last little video I dropped, man, I think it was an alright video, but it's got good numbers. It's got very good numbers, but it's just not getting pushed,
Yeah.
when did you put the video out, Blizzard? I didn't get it.
Dropped it last night.
I get it. Yeah, I get
See,
everything else.
see, that's what I mean. That's what I mean, bro.
No, I'm being serious, but
No,
this happens a lot to people out here.
yeah, no, it's YouTube. It's YouTube. They're not gonna push small
Yeah.
channels. Once in a while,
Well,
you'll get a video and it'll get pushed. I haven't even been doing that many videos. Maybe that's why. Because it's only got like 150. I'm not complaining. It's got like 150, what you call it? Impressions.
that
And it's got like 50 something. It's got like 50 something likes. So that's pretty good. In my book, that's pretty good. I don't know if it's high enough, but but
mm,
so the click-through rate is pretty good, but
yeah.
YouTube's not gonna push us. It's got like 75% view rate. I'm like, damn, this is like the numbers in the back are good, but we'll see. It's not about that. It's honestly, it's about the message. But I'm just saying that because like we gotta support each other, And I know this weekend
Well,
I got
I'll tell you
I got a
something.
lot of catching up to do this weekend, man.
You Blizzard, you don't have to push yourself. You got to do what you got to do. I'm not telling you what to do, but don't push yourself. All right. We all like me, man. I was looking forward. Like I was like, damn, when is he going? Then it said 5 days. I was like, oh man, you got to be kidding, man. And then, but listen, that's what I said. And I'm sorry. That was selfish, but that's how I felt. Okay.
I'll tell you this. So Wednesday, right? Wednesday, I had set it for 9:30 Wednesday, and I was like, yeah, all right. I got home. I think I got home around 6. I had the phone. I have a work phone, and I was good. So usually about a half hour before I come in here and I'm, setting everything up, and the phone rings at 8:59. So I got to get up and go to work. So that's when I put the little post up. I was like, man. And then the next day was just crazy. I was out all night Thursday, like back and forth. I was out all night Friday. So I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna not do live streams. If it's gonna be that, I know it'll slow down in the winter, but it's just busy. It's good to be busy. It's honestly, Bruce, Ryan, it's good money. It's so good. I can't turn it down.
I know.
Like so
two panels this week. Oh my God.
Well, let's use Icy's word. Do you, boo boo? No, man, do what you got to do, man. Listen. It doesn't matter it doesn't matter. I just enjoy coming here. These are great topics.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. And they're real topics. I'm gonna keep just like bringing real, not no bullshit. Like Frank said, he only gives and I don't say I'm giving advice, but like he said, he only gives advice on things that he's lived and he knows.
That's right.
I say I only bring up topics that I've lived and I've known. You know what I mean?
True that.
Yeah, I mean, he's right. Frank says the same thing like my dad would say. My dad would say the same thing. I'm only going to give you advice on things that I've done and been through. That's it. You can't give somebody advice if they've never been through it. It's kind of hard.
He says, infect people to be better and not toxicity. Exactly. Honestly, being toxic, that's just easy. Being negative is easy.
We're all miserable and angry.
It's easy. Being positive, spreading a positive message, that's hard.
Oh, no, I can see where she is.
It's not hard. It's not hard if it's genuine, But some people can't do it. Some people just can't do it. Some people can't. I don't want to go negative. But some people can't relate a message in a way that will be able to be ingested by other people and it end up helping them. Some people can't do it. It's not as easy as it looks to relay that message and have it affect somebody else positively. That's what I'm trying to say. Some
Yeah.
people can't do it, so they become they rather push negativity. You know.
So I can speak for only myself. I've known a lot of these people for a long, long time. Okay. If I didn't change my attitude or just a way to start learning how to be, to do things positive way, and it isn't because it's just because I met Judith. That's part of it. Okay, that's a little of it. Okay, because you can't be an angry idiot and then get married and then start acting the same way, uh, you know, and treat your woman like dog shit and all that. But
You can't.
literally,
You can't. You don't want to be. Other people can.
no, I don't want
That's
to.
a
I
choice you
could,
made.
I could.
That's a choice you
That isn't,
made,
but
brother. Give
that'd be
yourself
the
some
choice
credit.
that I.
Yep, give yourself.
And I want to be able to have, like I have friends like Wishy and stuff that I've known for a long time. Uh, Friends like Brett, and I know people don't, which I'm not even going to bring that up. But I like Brett was the one that introduced me to everybody. But I wouldn't have friends like Wishy for all these years, and and I would be sad. I'd be honest with you, I'd be sad. I can't sit here and lie and bullshit people. I'd be sad if I couldn't be friends with Wishy and people I've known for a long time, Miss Manny,
Yeah.
Brett. Um, you know, I would be sad, man. So that's why I changed. I wouldn't have Ryan as a friend. Ryan wouldn't be my friend if I was acting stupid like that.
Hey, that's true.
Yeah.
Listen, she always says accountability. I mean, I wish people really would listen to that.
My
People
favorite
don't
word.
listen to that. That's the thing. Blizzard says it too. Blizzard will put it when he puts stuff out when you're doing things like he says about teaching the young. He puts out there, man. We got to teach these young men and women to go down the right road. Okay, we don't want them derailing and going down the wrong path to be something totally bad. And again, I'm just saying, people like myself, it took me a lot of years, but holding accountability to yourself when you do wrong, it makes you better as a person. And that's all I'm going to say.
It does absolutely, and it all comes off. Ryan, I don't know what's going on, Ryan. Man, you sound so low.
Look,
I can't hear you.
see? I'm walking.
Yeah,
I'm at the fresh air. I'm next to the place. Look behind
yeah,
me.
I can't
See?
hear you at all. Bruce, can you hear him?
Hang on. Can you hear me now? Is that better? Wait.
No,
Nah,
What?
bro. I don't
Nope.
think that mic.
nope.
Maybe that mic's not
Barely hear you,
connected.
Ryan.
Oh,
It may.
not you. Boy, not you.
Yeah. Let me read some comments. Icy says, and there's a setting when you upload where sometimes it won't do to give notifications. Yeah, I seen that setting.
Oh, yeah.
I tried uploading a video that without putting it to my subscribers first. It was horrible. Russ says, do you all have YouTube channels? I have one, Ryan has one, Bruce has one, um,
Yeah.
Miss Wishy has one, Icy has one. Icy, this is her backup channel, but she has
Yeah.
Icy Fit,
Good.
Frank Tate. There you go, Frank Tate. Yeah, a lot of us, most of us do. Yeah. Russ, you can check me for some laughs. Check Wishy out. Wishy type mine. Wishy. Oh, there you go. That's
Yeah.
Wishy's channel. Yep. All small YouTubers, man. We all support each other.
Yeah. You go. You
Mm.
do that.
Icy says that people already said their preferences. Um, preferences? Yeah, honestly, I'm not as strict on preferences as I used to be, but I do have them. It's just what you prefer. It's not absolutely things that you're not flexible with. So yeah, I like booty. I'm a booty man, you know. I like the shape of a woman's backside, you know, to
That's
be
I
I
like,
do. That's
yeah,
me. Like for real. And I like cute faces.
I like them
Does that
big. I
mean
like
that
them
I
big.
but and this is the thing though. Does that mean that that's the only thing I'll ever end up with? No. It doesn't mean that. That's not a line in the sand. That's not a hard line, you know. I've dated women that didn't have that, you know, because I liked their personality, because I liked, you know, how they treated me, how they talked to me, that they were understanding, you know. That wasn't a hard line, you know, and I didn't regret that. And that's kind of what I'm saying. Like some people take them preferences, and they treat them like standards. I'd much rather have a person that's gonna help me or give me peace than a girl with a big booty. If I have to choose
Yeah,
between those two, I'm gonna choose peace. You know,
big booty.
I agree.
for real.
That's how I feel. We all like, you know. I like it. I like some nice big boobs. I like a nice ass. Whatever. That's a preference. Doesn't mean it's gonna help me. You know, with
No,
peace. You know. So
no.
preference.
Now,
My
a
preference
woman being
doesn't
able
mean
to, a woman being able to regulate her emotions and talk, that's a standard. I mean, no, I'm sorry. That's a boundary for me. That's a boundary
mm,
for me. You know what I
Oh yeah.
mean?
about.
It is. Not if a woman can't regulate her emotions, and she's always flying off the hinge. You know what I mean? Always at the edge. You know,
Yes.
yeah, that's a boundary. That's something I can't
It's
deal with.
like the world. That's
I
a
can't
boundary.
deal with that. You know.
Very
Yeah.
nice.
It's off the wall
So
crazy.
if I
Yeah.
so and this is what I mean, right? So
Uh,
just because I like the way a woman looks, that's gonna draw me in. Once I start
Hmm.
getting to know her, if I find out she can't regulate her emotions, you know, she can't talk through the moments where she gets upset, you know, that's where it ends. That's where it ends. It doesn't go on and on and on and on just because I like the way she looks on my arm, you know, just because we
yeah.
look good together and we vibe. You know, no. Once that boundary is crossed, and I figure out that that boundary is crossed, this woman no longer aligns with me. I will have no peace.
Right. I agree.
Uh, we need to start asking ourselves that.
Yeah.
And like I said, I don't want to bring up passport bros or anything like that. I think a lot of these men are skipping that. They think that just because a woman looks a certain way, and I've heard, I'm only bringing it up because I've heard it. I've seen these guys, man. Go here. These women are this. Go here. These women are that. You know, I've seen it.
Not using their brains, you know? Not using their brains,
Mm.
using
You know,
something else.
and it just yeah, it just is what it is, man. So, and that's not
Well,
only I
that
got
booty.
other preferences, but yeah, I do got other preferences, but that's the
Sometimes,
looks
sometimes that
preference.
booty. That booty. You know.
Yeah, George,
Yeah,
look,
Sometimes that
I've
booty.
said
I think all you're thinking about is
I've
that
been
booty.
drunk.
You
I've
know.
been
So
there,
you're taking you out of
man.
your senses. You know.
I've been there before, man. Now let's keep it real, man. A relationship that because we're grown here, you know,
Yeah.
um, and I've dealt with people in my life where I didn't see any long term prospects in it, and I only wanted one thing out of that, you know. And so, am I really gonna be concerned with all this other steps when it comes to that type of relationship? No, I'm not. I'm
I'm
not.
gonna be selfish
But
with it.
If it's a serious relationship, yes. If I'm looking for something more, yes, I am now. So answer, yeah. All right. So Wishy's preferences. Here we go. Let me get to some
Which
comments. Yeah,
preferences
she says the
is
volume is low, Ryan, man.
My best is
yeah.
on the phone.
Checked out Icy. Yep,
Not my
salute,
best
rest up,
is on.
machine.
Which,
My
I
best.
could be seen on Lilith.
which
I gotta get back to watching Lilith, man. I
yeah,
really gotta get back
yeah.
to watching lives, man. That's the reality of life. If you
Places
can have it. Yeah, yeah.
I have big booty, Miss Wishy
Thank
says.
you, Brett.
Oh,
Big booty.
See, immaturity is
that's a
something I can't
preference.
tolerate in a relationship too. When I was dating, I remember that. I need
I
to
guess that's
learn
a preference
that
anyway. But
maturity as a man isn't my cup of tea. Yeah, that's a red flag. I mean, it's a red flag. And the thing about it is like when do we start standing on our boundaries, right? You might like somebody, you may be feeling them, you may be vibing with them. They're cute, they got a good looking body, they hit most of your preferences, but they crossed that line. They crossed that red line. All right.
mm,
Are you gonna end it right there? Are you gonna end it right there? And that's the problem. Are we gonna start standing on our boundaries?
yeah.
Or
What's
are
up,
we gonna
bro?
keep letting people steal our peace? Booty blindness. Yeah, the peach. Yeah, it happened, man. Oh man. Like
Yeah,
I was saying
yeah.
earlier, there was this song, there was this group called BBD. I don't know if you guys know it. Belle Biv DeVoe. Uh, um,
Bell bib boat. Yeah.
now you know. Yeah. And they made the song called Poison. They made the song called Poison. And
I remember that.
yeah, so you know it. Never trust a big button smile.
Yeah.
That was me. The big button and smile used to get me. I ain't gonna lie. It used to get me, man.
Yeah. Me too. Got me a
And
long
I
time ago. It's got us all, man. Come on, we're men. It happens to us, man.
he said,
We be like,
yeah, honestly, man. That's what Adam says. Most of the girls they show off have the meter running. Wow.
ah, that must be the Thai special, right? Is that Thai special in the bar?
Fine, booty.
That could be anything. That could be your
Yeah,
tax card.
yeah. With me, I think I explained this before. I think I explained this on Icy's stream. I ain't gonna get too technical, but for me,
Mm-hmm.
it's not really about the size. It's more the shape for me, man. You know, gotta have a little volume to it, but it's more shape for me, not size. 'Cause I've seen some big ones that just were all over the place. They weren't shaped right. And I seen some
Man,
little ones that had that right shape. They had the right cup, you know.
I seen some big ones that could put some 40s down in between their legs and walk out the store with.
Oh, breast singing flow rider. Yeah, I always did. Show off. Oh they were from New Edition. Yeah. Booty natural or think you
Got all the
actor
customers
doesn't
ready to
matter.
pulling them out.
I don't know. I don't think I've ever. I don't know, man. I think
I'm sorry.
there's ones you can obviously tell. I think there's ones you can obviously tell, and I think there may be some that they overdo it. I know I've seen some that were just proportional to the woman's body, and I think a lot of the ones we see
Mm-hmm.
online, they're disproportional to the woman's body. you know.
Right.
And I think that's the difference. But people do. I know the BBL is getting all the attention now, but people do all type of surgery. Like I said, it's another one of those things where I don't think I've been around enough of them in real life to tell the difference. I know what we see online, and I know that online is always going to show you the extreme, you know. But I'm pretty sure there are
Mhm.
people doing it with good doctors, and they're probably doing it the right way. You know, I'd rather have it natural, all natural. Like I said, I don't really care about the size, and it seems like now people just go for the size, and some of them look like just 2 sacks of potatoes. You know, it don't look good at all. You know what I'm saying? It's just big.
Well,
For me, I don't, you
yeah,
know.
looking like a looking like a
Yeah, Mr. Telephone
50
Man. Yeah.
pound of baloney.
I guess
Uh,
New Edition and BBD is more popular than I thought. So yeah, they're a pretty big
it,
group,
it
man.
it must be. I mean, there's
There you
people
go.
talking about booty. Booty is in the eye of the beholder.
Big button and smile, yeah.
Oh, I don't like big butts. No.
The diaper booty, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
hell no.
Some women go to the doctor and ask for a J Lo butt. And while we're on that
Oh, man.
topic, why? Let me ask y'all. Why is it called a BBL?
Yeah, I don't know.
I know what it means, Brazilian butt lift, but shouldn't it be?
Oh,
It should be.
Brazilian butt lift. Okay, I was I hear people talking about it, but I have no idea why. I can't. I don't know.
Is it? Was it originated in Brazil?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
No, you good. I see. I've seen this. Some woman taking off their
Why,
jeans, like
why
opening
do
a can
people
of
want? Why
biscuits.
do people want a
There
J Lo?
you go.
What's up with that? What's up? What's up with? I want to have some celebrity's asshole. What? I'm sorry. What?
Oh,
Yeah, man. It's crazy, man. It's
Why?
crazy out
Why
here.
do you want to see that?
But
What?
like I said, man, it's not really
Oh, okay.
um
Um,
it's not really
I'm
that
sorry. I
important.
shouldn't have said.
No, you're good, bro. You're good.
Why? No, but why? I don't want to be. Listen, do I want to be like the shape of? Do I want to be the shape of like Blizzard? Health. You know, have a healthy body. Like, of course I want to be. But that doesn't mean I want to go to the doctor and tell him, hey, can you suck this fat out so I can look like him? I mean, that's terrible. Can you give me some steroids after you're done shooting all this, taking this fat out of my body so I can get big? No, I mean, I don't
Yeah.
want to be like him. So but if I want to be like have the, obviously if I want to have a healthy body, then I have to work out. But I don't want J Lo's butt. I don't want
Yeah.
Dennis Rodman's hair. You know what I mean?
He said,
Like
they
that.
tried
What?
they attempt to imitate the Brazilian thickness. I get it.
I
But
get that.
man, bro, for me, that ain't the best shaped out there for me. You know,
Hmm.
I seen some. I call it the
Let him get through these.
African booty lift. Man,
I love a good set of hand. What did you say? Hamstrings? You got some hamstrings?
uh, it shouldn't be
You
anyways. It
you
should.
got a you have a couple of
I don't want
hamstrings and
women with more
what
plastic
about
than
you?
a Barbie. See, a lot of people will say that though, and this is another one. You can add it on to this. A lot of people will say, I wouldn't dare date a woman with a BBL. I think if it's done good, you may not even know. You know what I mean? If it's done good, yeah. But I done seen some women with natural ones that you would think was a BBL.
Right.
Just honestly, before
Hmm.
BBLs was even a thing, right? So how do you know? She may just be that thick. I know. I
Listen,
mean, you
there's ways
now
to
if
get
it
yourself
wasn't
thick
there
like
two
that.
weeks ago and now it's there, okay, yeah. I know, like I grew up with girls and went through school with them, and and they grew up, and yeah, it's real and it's huge. But
Yeah.
would a BBL stop you from dating and marrying the perfect woman in every other aspect?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. Oh,
You
hell
know,
yeah.
so is
Oh,
BBL
hell
a
Oh,
standard
here.
or a preference? Is there no BBL a standard or a preference
That's
or a
that
boundary
depends on the
or a
person.
boundary?
Well, it depends on the person. If your preference is that you want that, that's a preference. If you have a boundary, if there's boundaries of then okay. If you got boundaries of it, to me, it's a preference. I don't think it's a boundary, but I could be wrong. But that's just my opinion. I think it's a preference that guys want that.
Yeah, because I think a lot of people think that BBL means huge, huge, oversized. I don't know if that means that. Is it just
I
the surgery, or does BBL now mean just some huge ant body looking um ass? You know?
I think it's just the ass. I think they want their ass big. But again, I'm no expert, so
Man.
I just what I see out
Joseph, I see
here.
you, brother.
What yeah,
Uh,
just what I see and what I
Yo,
read. Yeah, I think women is a preference. There's okay. I'm gonna say some women want the preference. They want to have an ass. So they if they got the money, then they're gonna go probably get it if that's what they want. That is a preference. Maybe your boundary is
Joseph,
you
what
shouldn't
up,
get
bro?
it. What's up, Joseph? What is it, Joseph? You know, man.
You hear me?
Yeah, we got you
Yeah.
loud and clear.
Okay, cool. What's up, Trevor?
Nah, man. Brett says men get pec and calf implants. Yeah, there are men out here getting their legs broke, and then they're putting in extensions. They're going from like 5'6" to 6'2". That's real.
damn.
Ain't
Y'all
happening.
haven't heard of it? Look
You
that
got
up. Look that up, man.
oh
That's
my
happening,
God.
bro. They're getting their
Brett.
legs broke. They're putting in metal extensions, and they are. I forgot the actual
What?
name of it, but yeah, they're getting taller through surgery. So men are doing that.
Metabolism
Crazy.
down as you get older.
Yeah, man. I'm
Hmm.
glad me and Sissy go and insert Manny and totally blessed. I can't wait for Manny to stream again. Leg workouts is just really nice.
But she talking about guys. Yeah, I know there's women tend to like guys on a man, even though
Hmm.
a lot of
Yeah.
people think it's just like a woman thing.
To booty chat. We going from a deep cop thought. Yeah, I'm trying to turn it back, but it's me. I started it, so
Like booty.
I started it.
Oh, dude. Oh, God.
So
Oh, you don't
Frank doesn't like I have to and I'm the same way. Frank doesn't like the chicken legs. So,
Oh,
with one of them getting them is it the BLL or whatever that is, the Brazilian uh ass job. That's basically how I'd say it. But yeah, I don't want to see chicken legs with the size of an ass of a car
Yeah, they call it
with
ant.
chicken legs.
They call it ant body. Call it an ant body. If you look at an
Okay,
ant body, they got these
body.
little. Yeah, if you blew up an ant or see a cartoon of an
Yeah.
ant, they got them skinny little legs
Hmm.
with the body and the like. That's
Yeah.
what they call it.
Yeah.
They look
Yeah.
crazy.
Okay. An ant
Yeah,
body.
don't
Well,
use
that's something new to
this
me.
like work for it. Possible if you want shortcuts.
like nothing.
Yeah, man, it is what it is. I think everybody has the hangups. Like I said, I'm
All
not gonna
right.
go out searching for it, but I don't know if I meet a woman and she's nice and agreeable and she aligns with me in every other way. Um, I don't know if I'll care about a BBL or if she had a booby, ass or not. Like it's not up there on the top of the list anymore. It used to be. Oh,
Don't. Those don't.
yeah.
Those
I would
don't.
care. I would care a lot.
You what?
Yeah, because it to me it shows a lack of effort, laziness. Someone who's willing to go under the knife because they have a couple of more dollars than most people, instead of going to the gym, instead of maximizing their natural genetic potential and putting in that work. I actually saw when I went to a new beach. I actually saw a BBL body, well, not even BBL, BBL top as well, so breast implant. I saw that body. She was a girl with a friend. I was in San Diego, and there was another girl who had clearly a natural body. They were both naked, and I'm just hanging out with them. And it was interesting. The one with the artificial body parts, she had the nastiest attitude. She had the nastiest attitude, and she had this sort of aura about her that was sort of just very off-putting. Um, for someone who, and I guess because she was the one out there doing the whole TikTok and the Instagram vid and doing multiple shots, running down the beach like Baywatch. It was weird to see. Like they do multiple takes just to get a single shot. But then you have her friend over here. She's just chilling, vibing by the beach, natural body. And was it as impressive as the BBL? But no, because she made it that way artificially. But I appreciated the natural beauty of the woman that was sitting right next to me, who was just vibing out. Um, I wasn't impressed. So it says a lot about a woman's mindset and her character. It would be the equivalent of a man who goes and breaks his legs to get taller. It says a lot about him, a lot of insecurities about himself that no matter how many times you break your legs, no matter how tall you get, it's not going to fix those insecurities. So I'm thinking about the future. I'm looking at the present, but I'm also thinking about, okay, if she's willing to get all this work done to her face, her body, her whatever, then what issues am I going to have to deal with if I were to get into any sort of long-term relationship with this woman? Which is why I believe that a lot of men tend to fulfill their fantasies with such women and let them
Yeah.
go. They can also see, okay, this is going to be a problem going into the future, but I'll play the T-Pain I'm in love with a stripper thing for a minute or two and then go back to the woman who doesn't have no those type of insecurities, that there's nothing I could do to fix it.
I could kind of agree with you on some of those points. I think if she's an asshole, she's just an asshole as a person. But also, like, you can, how far do you extend that? Is it just surgery, or do we extend that to makeup, hair extensions, eyelashes, nails, anything, bro? Like, some people don't like the smell or just having no smell, so they wear perfume. All these things are artificial. You know what I
So,
mean? So it kind of get into, like, for me, sticky territory, because we're saying that this one thing is worse than the other things.
I mean, and I believe
So
objectively it is worse than other things. I couldn't compare someone who got her breast done or ass done to her putting on some clown paint on her face because she wants to, be artistic or she wants to feel a little prettier for the day or she wants to look different. That's how women are. I get that. But
it's all
they've been doing that
artificial.
since Egyptian times, from thousands of years they've been using makeup. So even including men at one point in time. So, but there's that, and then there's I'm going under the knife. I'm cutting under my skin. I'm looking like a totally different person. And now it got to the point where, let's say, and I think a lot of men would agree with me on this. As to they might not say it, but I'm gonna say it. If I'm interested in wanting to procreate with that woman, have kids with that woman, I don't know what she looks like. Who am I really procreating with? Who am I sleeping with? Who am I making love to? I don't know. So I don't even know. I know you're human, but I don't know who you are. And I never will know who you are. Because if you're willing to put yourself under the knife to alter just your physical characteristics, what things are you altering internally that I won't be able to perceive as well? So again, it comes down to character. It's not just about the physical body that she's altering. Oh, you just don't like it. No, it's who else, what else are you altering about yourself that's damaging that I'm going to have to deal with later on if I were to get in a relationship with you.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. I'm not there 100% on you, but it's kind of like that's your choice to put that much weight on that. on that one thing. That's your choice. I can't argue with it. You know,
That would be
like
like
I
a man having monopoly money. Imagine if a man walked around with a bunch of monopoly money. They called him the tender swindler. That was really popular. Why? But he didn't do anything differently than what a lot of women do in terms of tricking, deceiving, deceptive practices in order to attract a man. He did the same thing to attract a woman, but they didn't like it when it was done to them. So it seems to be more socially accepted when women are doing the deception, when they're engaged in it, whether it be excessive makeup, the BBS and all that, that's socially accepted. But when a man gets his legs broken to become taller, it's like, what the hell is wrong with you? If he does things to get like hair implants, oh, you can't grow out your real hair. But you, since when have women, a lot of women wore their wear hair since recently,
it's
at
just
least a
not
lot of
it's
men.
not socially acceptable for men yet. Maybe it will be, and I think the BBLs are just way more have become way more socially acceptable. But it's like
Yeah,
I don't
men, not
care
free
if
money
some
should be
rant.
socially.
But that's the thing about it is like with me, I don't care if some random woman out that I don't know gets a BBL, and like I'm not gonna judge her for it. I don't know what she went through in life. What I don't know what her insecurities are, why she had them. All I'm saying is like I'm not gonna make if she has a BBL the top priority. Me personally, man. Because like I said, you may not even know what you seen was some big out, probably some big outrageous one. I don't know if they
No,
make smaller, more realistic size. Like, you know what I mean? Like where
they
it's
do.
proportional. If
Hair
you
does
would
on
even notice that,
great.
True.
Yeah.
if
And,
that
and
woman, if that woman didn't have a bad attitude, would it be
but
different?
all the much. No, I mean, I would, I wouldn't treat them differently just because they had the surgery. I'm not talking about intentionally going, ugh, that's disgusting. Like, I'm not even necessarily feeling that way at the moment. It's just kind of like, oh, that's her choice. I'm just not into it. And
Yeah,
even as a fantasy, just for me, I just appreciate when a woman chooses not to do it. And she
yeah.
just simply, let me work with what I got in the same way that most men do. You don't
So
put
let me
on the
ask you
makeup
this.
and all this other stuff. This is what you see is what you get with us. I want to see what I see is what I get with her. It's that simple. It
Yeah,
levels
but
the
men,
playing field and it makes it simple.
us men have other things that we lie about.
That's true. Money,
Yeah, big one,
that's a big one.
big one.
Height, that's a
Yeah.
weird one. But that's
Some of many people do
um,
too, very much.
strength.
Boy.
Let me ask you
Um,
this, Joseph. Let me ask you this. Cosmetic surgery for Joseph, for you personally, cosmetic surgery, boundary or preference?
boundary.
So straight up no. What if you couldn't tell and then you found out later?
I'll be
Well, that
upset
would it
because you
be?
choose not to tell me. You don't. If I have it as a boundary and you choose not to tell me something
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
a pretty major
That's
thing.
lying too. Now that's lying.
Lying by
Yeah.
omission.
Ah,
You're
okay, I
not.
got you.
Oh, but I never didn't tell you. I never told you. You never asked me. Therefore, I couldn't tell you yes. But it's like you never told me. How was I ever going to know? It's lying by omission. Now that's to me that's worse. You tell
Yeah,
me up front.
yeah, you're right.
Then you let
Frank
me decide
says,
if I want to move forward.
Frank says, a woman never picked me for my looks. They like my brain. Yeah, Joseph knows. I mean, but that's him. I'm not arguing your boundaries or anything like that. I'm just challenging the thought process. That's it. You know, because I think a woman could get a BBL and still be a fine woman. I think we've put so much on it though. I think we've put so much on it, especially lately on the internet, on social media. There's been a huge pushback against BBLs. And I'm not saying I'm advocating for them or I necessarily want to date a woman with one. I just challenge the thinking. That's it.
So you think we're too harsh on them? But well, let me ask you this then: the things you say that we lie about, that we fib or you know exaggerate on, money we have or status that we may or may not have. Do you think that that a woman who pushes back against that and say, I don't like when a man says that, or pretends that he's living one way, but he's really living this way or whatever. You think that she's over exaggerating?
No,
Should she just,
I think it's none of her damn business how some random man is living that she has nothing to do with. You know what I
of course,
mean? I
she
think
has
that's
something to do? Obviously. Obviously, it was just a random woman who was walking around. I'm not thinking, oh, there's not, but if I'm actively engaged with her, I'm talking to her, and then it's like, well, she's trying to talk to me, then that's when I am going to say, okay, not for me. I'm not going to look at every single woman that might have those surgeries and go, not for me, not for me, not because I don't care. I'm talking about
yes,
just the people that we interact with personally on a
yeah.
one-on-one basis. In that case, what would you say to that?
I'll say like Icy says, do you boo boo? You know what I mean? Like I think it's wrong to lie. I think it's wrong to lie and deceive, when you're in a relationship with somebody. But you gotta if you let that be known up front that that's a standard, that's your standard. I can't argue with it. I can't argue with that. You don't like women that get surgery. I don't I've dated a woman that had what you call it? She had it sucked out, but she didn't get
Um,
it put anywhere else. You know what I mean?
uh,
Does that
I
mean
mean, like,
she had surgery? She's one of the
hey,
nicest women I ever met in my life, bro. She was wonderful to me, in every other way. It didn't make her a bad person because she had surgery. It made her a mother so many times. And somebody that works 2 jobs. That's what it made her. And she was busy. She gained weight. You know, people do it for other reasons other than vanity. Some people do it for
I
health
don't,
reasons. You
true.
know,
That's
but
different.
she got it sucked out and they didn't put it nowhere else. You know,
But
but
as
it
much,
is what it is. And like I said, she was one of the nicest. She still is one of the nicest people I've ever met in my life. She's a wonderful woman. You know, for certain circumstances, we'd probably still be together right now.
I've met a woman who was the opposite of the lady I met at the beach, who also had surgery, but I still wasn't attracted to her, like just physically or sexually. I just couldn't bring my, because I just, you said, well, what if you didn't notice it as much? Would you, if she told me, if she just told me, I'd say, well, okay, that's not for me, right? Or, but any sort of hint, like it's just, I just, man, just natural. That's just, I know some guys, maybe some guys really don't care. They go to the strip club to see women who have those
Yes.
unnatural bodies. So it's not like they're not getting their fair share of men. It's are they getting the type of men that they want? Typically, they don't. Typically, they're attracting exactly the type of man that will be interested in the type of art of cut up bodies that they promote. And it's usually for financial reasons. It's usually for vanity. It's almost always the case. You're talking about non-cosmetic reasons, like if a woman gets her fat sucked out because she had to get an emergency procedure, fine. But if she's doing it and she's just like choosing not to eat a certain way, she's choosing because just because you get fat sucked out, it's still the mindset is still there. Okay, you got it sucked out, but you still eat the way that got you to that position in the first place. So your mindset isn't even where it needs to be. It doesn't fix that. So that's why I say it's not even necessarily the physical thing. It's like a smoke that gives me indication of fire in the future. Okay, whoa, she's getting it sucked out. Well, does that
Yeah.
mean she's probably still eating the same way? That means she's taking a shortcut, but a shortcut doesn't fix the underlying issue. I'm looking at all these different things. I'm not just looking at, oh, she looks good because she got a flat stomach now, or she got a big butt now. Like, wait, did you? I see she works out. Everybody can tell. I can appreciate a woman who works out and has her natural physique and maximize her potential. That's it. Do what I
Yeah.
do.
I mean,
Do
I
what
get
she.
it. I get it. It's just not
I
the most
respect.
important. Well, for me, it's just not the most important thing. To me, it's not the most important thing.
It.
Because if I'm going to be with this woman to where I'm pretty sure at 80 years old, what am I gonna leave her because she's not in shape no more? Like at 75, oh, You ain't looking like you used to look when you're younger. Like, I don't know if I can stay with you.
Oh
It's
my
been a
God.
nice 40 years, honey. You know, it's like that. And that's what I mean by preferences. They change. They change over time because the things we like change over time. The things we're into change over time. Our
You ever seen
interests,
somebody with
our hobbies.
tattoos on their body, or like
What'd you
all over
say?
their body?
Hold on, I missed the beginning of that.
I say, you ever seen somebody with tattoos on their body? Like, this is an example. Tattoos on their body, and then you see them, their befores and their afters, like decades later. How those tattoos of the smiling face now looks like a sad face.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's the equivalent of a woman getting all
Salute,
this
Cisco.
surgery. It might look incredible in the beginning, but for me, I'm actually looking at, okay, I want this woman, if I'm going to spend my life with her or spend any real time with her, to age gracefully. So she looks appropriate for her age, as opposed to dragging around all of this plastic in her body that is not going to look good when she reaches 70, 80, if she makes it that long, right? You would hope so. So
I
I'm
know.
thinking about those things. You might not. You say, oh, I don't care about that. I mean, I guess I
It's not
do.
that I don't care about looks. I care about looks, but like I said, it's not at the top of the list like it used to be for me anymore. And that's just something that I've learned, something I've been through in life. It's just not at the top of the list. I'm not saying it's at the bottom, you know,
It's
but
there.
it's not at the top. It's on the list. It absolutely is on the list. It's just not at the top anymore. Like when I was younger, you know, um, I led I led with it when I was younger. It was important to me. You know, she gotta be in shape. She gotta look this way. She gotta, and it wasn't so important to me that I let a lot of other shit slide. I let a lot of other shit that I didn't agree with slide. You know, because that's what I was leading with in relationships. And for me, it was backwards. It was absolutely backwards.
Sure, I want the whole damn thing.
Yeah, and you can have it, bro. You can have it, but you got to be patient enough to wait for that person, And I think that's another mistake. We're not patient enough to wait for that right person. We get with somebody, they don't work out, they're not fulfilling us, they're not aligning with us, and we stay with that person. We don't bounce when when the topic of surgery comes up, we ignore it when we know that's a standard. You sound like the type of person, like you said, nah, I'm bouncing. Soon as
I'm
somebody crosses that boundary.
looking
A
at
lot
this
of men don't do that. A lot of women don't do that. You know. And then I also think, like I said, like a lot of people get the boundaries mixed up with the standards, you know,
but that's a stand.
and they get the
That's not a
standards
bound.
mixed up with the preferences. Like,
Definitely not a preference. It's more like a red line. Like, oh, I can't cross this
yeah,
one. Preference can be changed. Oh, I like this color. I like this. I like this ice cream. I like this one better now. That's a preference.
yeah,
I
yeah.
can't do that with. I don't know, man. You used to say that's your soulmate, and she has all this plastic surgery. I'm like, yeah, man. I'm just gonna have to meet her on the other side on this one. I don't,
Nah, it's not for you.
I don't
It's
think
not for
I
you.
can do it.
Frank Tate says, I only want a real woman, nothing fake.
That's for me.
But I think,
Oh,
and
oh my goodness. And
the only
seeing
reason I was pushing back so hard, and I don't think I was pushing back that hard on you, was because a lot of the conversations I've seen online where it's just, I mean, we're online right now, we're on YouTube, so it's a lot of conversations I've seen online. It's like just random men, like, oh, I would never date a woman who did this and that,
oh, they're lying.
you know.
Oh, they're
I
lying.
know
I,
they are. I know
I've
they
met
are.
guys who would say that, and they'll tell me that, but they're fawning over the woman in the strip. Okay, in a
And
strip club who have those extra assets. It's not the natural ones, so to speak, unless they're exceptionally beautiful. It's the ones that look average to have all that extra stuff going on
yeah.
that they
And
go for.
me,
That's the
I'm
majority
like,
of them.
at least I come up here and say it. Like, look, I don't know.
I got
If I'm
nothing.
talking to a chick, a female, a woman, and I like everything about her, everything else about her and I find out she got surgery, I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it, bro. You know, because it's not like I've obviously what I said, it's not a standard for me. You know, there's a lot of other things that go on that standard list. You know, that would be a preference. It would be a preference. I prefer that she don't have surgery. But if you hit all them standards, you know, and you hit all those boundaries, and you pass all that stuff, I could let that one slide because it's a preference. You know, it's not necessary. It's not absolutely necessary. It's a preference. That's just me.
I mean, there's every woman though, right? We all gonna have standards, boundaries, and preferences,
Yeah.
and they're not all gonna. A woman isn't well. She's not gonna obviously hit the mark on every single one of them. There's gonna be some things that you might bend on that might surprise you, just like it surprised me. Some things I found out about some women. I'm like, I like you though. It's like this one. I thought this was gonna be like a hard no, but I'm like, but something about you just overcomes that. That's not every woman though. A lot of women, nah, I don't like you enough for me to say I'm gonna let this one pass. It's just
I
not there.
just yeah, I just went through a breakup. I just went through a breakup and it like not too long ago. And it's like it's something happened that was a boundary that got crossed. And it just is what it is. There's no coming back from that.
On your end or her end, as in you crossed it or she crossed yours.
I didn't cross it. It got crossed.
Oh,
You know, a boundary. You know what I mean? And it's just like, all right, there's no coming back from that. It happened. I can't take it back. I can't ignore it. No matter how much I like you, it's just something that's unacceptable, and it is what it is. It's not easy to do. It's because it's something that I really haven't practiced in my life. Like I said, I've let shit slide. I've gotten into situations where I'm in too deep now, and I don't walk away when I should, and I stay too long, and I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that no more. You know, and it's crazy because I'm the type of person that once it's over, it's over. I'm not hanging on to no heartstrings or nothing. You know what I'm saying? I don't do that. I've never been one to do that. I don't hang on to no heartstrings or, you know, the biggest one is, oh, I need closure. It's closed. It's closed. You know?
Boom.
When I said what I said, it was closed. So like, but it's not easy. I ain't gonna sit up here and act like it's easy to enforce that boundary, enforce boundaries. But yeah. Maybe one day I'll tell the story. I talked about it before. I talked about it. I still, even then, didn't go. I talked about it on the live stream. And even then, I didn't really go deep into it. It's just what I was going through at the time, you know. But that's life, man. Feature Life says, I'm pro cosmetic surgery for men too. I support your man glow up. You do you, boo boo. Hey, I don't know, man. I can't. And it's almost like anything else, though, man. And it's like, if it doesn't affect me, the fuck do I care, man? You know.
imagine if a guy. Now, every time I bring this up to women, they be like, "Oh yeah, okay, you got me." That's exactly what I was about to say. Imagine if a guy got fake muscles, or he got a longer or fake penis. Imagine if he got a 2 inches. Like you're not getting what you think you're getting. It's all an illusion. So who is this person?
Yeah, big butt. Cisco says it's like a pendulum. What's the trend today would be out of style tomorrow. Big butts were frowned upon back in the day. Now they're popular. Not in my community, man. Not in my culture. Not in our culture.
Oh,
I don't ever remember that.
No.
But overall, yes. Overall, yes. It was more of a European type of body that was being pushed. You know, in a few years, it'll be something else. Yeah. Who knows, man? He says lipo. As a Japanese, being healthy is our normal. So as a Japanese, there's a certain look you'll get when you aren't. Is that shaming or that's just what's normal to us? Is it normal to some? So as long as you, yeah, be accountable and be confident. Don't do it for anybody, but make sure you're doing it for you. Lipo, yeah. Cisco says if you're insecure about your body, that's nobody's business but yours. Do what makes you happy as long as you're not hurting anyone, including yourself. Yeah. And if you do, some would be like Joseph, who won't like that. Yeah. And good for people who can stand on their own grounds, not in a delulu way. Yeah, nobody telling, and that's the type of person I am. I'm not gonna be up here and be like, "Oh, you should accept people the way they are, Joseph." Yeah, this like, nah, I don't like. All right, you don't like it, you don't like it, man. But that's just me, man. Like, I don't invest too much in other people's shit. I try not to, you know. I'll just like have a conversation. I don't tell nobody else what what to like and what to don't like. It's the intention, that's the boundary. Yeah, I'm trying to catch up now, Cisco, because I don't like so doesn't mean it isn't right for you. Yeah, absolutely. Everyone enhances their body in some way or other. Yeah. Some people like it natural. Some people don't like it natural. I kind of get what he means. You're enhancing, you're working out, you're lifting weights. It's enhancing. It's enhancing it.
Cheating is getting your legs broke to get taller. Cheating is, getting booed and whatever. Hey man, some people cheat and they win. I mean that's
hey, I seen some dudes over in Africa just doing mad calisthenics. So they might say, hey, you going to the gym lifting weights and that's artificial. I'm just using my natural body and nature. That's it. You know what I mean? Like it's an argument. Like I don't believe that, but you know what I mean? It's an argument could be made for for so many different angles to it. But I think if you're happy and you're healthy, what can I say, man?
I'm happy.
I know people don't like when I say that for some reason. Like when I be like, basically what Icy say, do you? Like if you're happy, if you're healthy, even if you're not, I still what can I say? What can I do? But I get what Cisco's saying.
What they don't like is that you don't have an opinion about it one way or the other. And so it doesn't create any sort of intrigue or interest or any real conversation, because if that is your standard answer, it's like default. Oh, okay, just do you. Like, I mean, I know that, but like, what do you genuinely think about it? If you genuinely think nothing about it, then okay. But some people, that's just like, they don't want the conversation. They don't want to have that extreme, or that's not extreme, but the opposite end of something that might offend somebody. So they'll
I try. Yeah, I try to. I try to give my opinion without forcing it on people. Forcing my opinion on people. So it's like, this is my opinion on it, but I'm not gonna tell you to do it. It's just my opinion.
Like some people will take the approach when it comes, not to get spiritual, religious, not that it is, but like, oh well, you don't believe in God, you believe in God. Do whatever you want to do. Like, you really want to? Okay, cool. You're right. You can do whatever you want to do. Free will exists. But I respect someone much more if they have a strong stance on whatever it is that they believe in. Whether they don't believe in God or do believe in God. To me, it also just makes the conversation much more interesting. You can't go nowhere with, okay, whatever. Whether you believe or don't believe.
Yeah.
Whether you have a body or don't have a body, but you work out, you don't. Like, okay.
Conversation ends. That's the end of the conversation. All right, whatever, man. But I dislike people that say you must think this way or you're wrong. You need to believe this. You need to do that. You know, that too. Like I said, I'll give you my opinion, but at the end of the day, you do whatever you want with it. You know, you could throw it in the garbage. You could use it. You could share it, or you could not give a fuck about it. You know, at the end of the day, I can't force it down your throat. Why do women take the chance on losing their life to get a BBL? I don't know, man.
It's the same reason a man would take a chance on losing his life to sell drugs on the street to make money when he can do it legally, right? So it's just whatever it is that the opposite sex likes in the other, people they will take the extremes to obtain that particular look for women because men are visual in a lot of ways. Women are too, but men probably much more so. And then, but with men, it's like, oh, he got money, or he has a certain. I can see him protecting and providing for kids one day, or funding a particular lifestyle. So a man will cut corners and risk losing his life if it means getting money in the same way that a woman would cut corners and losing her life if it means getting the attention and eyeballs from many more men around her vicinity.
Yeah, I think what Icy says, the only problem I see is when people take it to another level that their truth, and wants should be everyone. Speaking on behalf of other people and telling it as if it's the only truth. So yeah, like you get a BBL, but you posting gym videos, workout videos, and you're not telling people you got it. You know what I mean? If y'all know what I'm saying, how to get a bigger booty videos in the gym, but you're not telling nobody but you got a BBL. You know what I'm saying? That's fraudulent. That is fraudulent. Like I said,
Workout,
I don't.
diet plans, like your diet is nice. What you talking about?
Yeah, so
Your diet is plastic.
the expense to maintain it. I don't know what you gotta do to maintain it.
Oh yeah, every 10 years or so, every 10 to 20 years, depending on the woman, they have to go in for touch-ups. You have
Really?
to mix. Oh yeah, touch-ups. You
Nah,
can't just
see, I'm not, like I said, I'm not into it. I'm not advocating for it. I don't want a woman with a BBL. All I'm
guess
saying
who's
is that
paying for it?
I don't think
It's
I
the man
would.
who doesn't. It's the man who's okay with it.
Hey,
He's paying for the touch-ups
hey.
and the repeat visits to make
Well,
sure
the,
things.
the the problem is the explosion in the popularity of it is the affordability of it now. It's not $20,000, $30,000 no more. It's 5,000, 10,000. That's affordable nowadays to some women,
You
to a
get that
lot
on
of
credit.
women. You
You
know,
get that on credit. You can have a man randomly in Miami, and they do that.
yeah,
Okay, you
yeah.
can pay for it. I'll buy this.
But
I'll buy you
all I'm
something.
saying is a lot of these women can afford it themselves now, man.
That's true.
You know,
Because they're looking at the ROI, the return on investment. They're smart in that way. I give them to them. I will give them that kind of credit. And that women, again, who typically get it, they're using it to garner the type of attention, OnlyFans. It's usually some sort of sexual nature to it in order to some form of prostitution involved, whatever that may look like, OnlyFans or actual strip clubs or whatever, to make a lot of money. So they're using it. If they're going to do it, then they're doing it for a specific reason. It's not just
yeah,
vanity. I think those women are smarter than the women who get it just for vanity and not make any money from doing it. Because you go
I
in the
mean,
night, risk your life doing it.
I
I
don't
mean, at
know,
least
man.
make some money from it.
I don't know, man. I think, like I said, I think the ones who get the attention, because the only thing that the internet is gonna push is the extreme. So that's what we see. There may be a whole lot of other women getting them that's not extreme. I don't know for sure. Like this wasn't the topic. It's part of the topic, and I'm enjoying it. But it was I didn't like go research. Like let me research BBL since I'm gonna talk about it tonight. So I just like I said, I'm not saying we can't talk about it, but I really don't have that much knowledge on it. I know what it is. I remember when they were putting like cement in their asses, you know, crazy, all type of stuff. People were dying from that. I don't know how many people are dying from just going to a real cosmetic surgery, whatever you call them. I don't even know what to call them. And getting it done the right way. I don't know how many people are dying with that. I don't know how many regular everyday women are getting these surgeries. I don't know how many everyday men are getting their legs broke to be taller. Like neither one of them. But like I said, women out there. All right, if there's any women watching this, would that preclude you from dating a man because you found out the only reason he's 6'1" is because he got 5 inches of steel in his damn leg or titanium or whatever it is? You know?
Oh God.
Because I'm short, and I would never do that. I wouldn't do it.
I'm short.
I'll stay short.
Damn short. I'm 5'9". I'm short as Gregory. Short as
Russ says it isn't easy to find great character.
Well, it has to find you. I think, yeah, that's interesting. It's not about finding that character in someone. It's about, I think it's a lot more to do with the person. And then you're attracting the person with to similar degree of character of your own. That's usually the case. It's not always the case, but typically 90% of the time, the person and that other person you like or don't like, a lot of those things and character traits is also in you to some extent or another.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, I don't know what circles you put yourself in. I don't know, man. I don't know. I hear a lot of just people making statements like that. But I meet good people I ain't gonna say every day, but I meet good people everywhere, man. Not just for relationship wise, but like if you listen to certain people, you would think that we live in hell, like actual hell. And it's just not what I'm seeing in the real world. Cisco says, pretty soon we'll all be living our lives through avatars, robots or cyborgs that we can control and line right them. You can look however you want and no one will know. Yeah.
That's true. That's kind of already here. Right?
Probably is, right?
On Facebook, on Instagram, the little characters they give us. It starts off digital, and then eventually it'll become something you can see, feel, and touch, like a robot, like Bicentennial Man from the Robin Williams movie, like Minority Report, like Idiocracy with Owen Wilson. Like these are movies that they predicted these things, and it's like, yeah, that's funny. That ha ha ha. Like, oh crap, this is right around the corner.
Surrogates. I never heard of that. I'm not a big movie watcher, to be honest. Icy says, that's what I like about you, Blizz. Willing to learn. Some people get angry when you don't agree with them. Any thoughts? I don't give a shit. I can only stay. I really don't care if somebody gets angry at me because I don't agree with them. Because you're never gonna change my mind that way. Some things you're never gonna change my mind on, period. But I feel the same way. The way I treat you, treat me. I'm not gonna force my opinion down anybody throat. I may push back on your opinion, but that doesn't mean I'm trying to force my opinion down your throat. This is a live stream. I gotta kind of put, sometimes I push back just to get more out of a person, to get like Joseph. I didn't necessarily disagree with what you were saying, but I was just pushing back to kind of, explore that thought process that you was having.
Yeah.
That's fair. Some people have a flimsy, just like they'll have a belief, but it's on the house of cards. It's just real flimsy underneath. And when you push back hard enough, you realize, they don't have a foundation there to begin with. They're just, they think they have a belief, but there's nothing really solid underneath.
Because believe me, I've had some people up here, and as soon as you start asking questions, man, they just they can't answer nothing. You ask them questions about their certain experience, to have the opinions they have, and it's just silence. Yeah, don't recall that one. Yes. So Ryan, how you liking the stream, man?
Good, man. Very good. Very good.
All right,
Yes, I'm just sitting there listening to you boys chatting away.
Appreciate you, man. Jump in anytime, man. Jump in anytime. You up here, man.
I'm like a natural woman, as I like I don't like Aussie women so much, but I like more Asian women than anyone else. I just I don't know people. I don't want a woman with a big old fat ass in my face. Yes. No, or big titties. I don't know big titties in my face. Oh hell no! I don't want that. No duck lips in my face. Oh, you sucking down there. Oh hell no! You want to do that shit? You go You go. You bye bye. You go boo boo. You kick your ass out of here. Oh hell no! That's oh hell no.
Okay. Okay.
I'm just out. You can pass
Nah.
You want to get taller? No, you get taller. You
Ryan,
get older.
man.
You do this.
So I guess you're saying you like petite women because you don't want no big ass in your face. You don't want no big titties. Shit.
I'll get to that a bit later on.
Yeah, salute Ryan, man. Unfiltered Black and Bros, Luke, man, welcome back. He says Uncle Cal's stream ended. I'm back. How was it, man? I had to catch it in the morning. I know the topic was. What the hell was the topic? Was it should sex be mandatory or something? It was a crazy one. Yeah. He says, I don't like fake because I want to know what my kids are going to look like.
That's it. I was going to say that exactly directly like that, but even I filter myself a little bit on that because some people might say, "Well, what, dude? Like, if I love a woman and I want to reproduce, like, I'm thinking about her and she wants to reproduce with me. She wants her kids to look like me and or her. But, so if I'm having kids with a woman who I don't know what her face looks like, she has so much work done. Her body is complete. I don't like. To me, it's like I could look at a woman and say, okay, if I had a daughter, this is potentially what my future daughter could look like.
But that's extreme, though. That's extreme. Most regular women ain't doing that, man. Most regular women ain't mutilating it. Little Kim, or there's another cat lady. There's men that did it too to their face. I can't think of their name right now. There's a man that did this, and they all kind of look the same. They look like cats. But Jeff Bezos' wife, the woman, he just married.
Like a cat woman.
They kind of all have that same, but that's like way over the top. That's the extreme. That's the extreme. Do I want a woman that had, like I said, do I want a woman that had cosmetic surgery? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I don't. But it's not a red line for me.
That's a big old red line for me. That's a big red line.
But a lot of times what we do is when we think about it in general, we think about the extreme because that's what we're shown. That's what we're shown on the internet.
I've seen it a lot in real life to where the extreme is starting to kind of be like, right, man.
I've seen them in real life.
Scaring a little bit because I wanted to believe it was the extreme. Then it's a problem when it becomes slowly becoming the norm.
But if you've been around big booty women your whole life, you've seen it. If it's all like the majority of what you've seen your whole life. Big booty, man.
I don't like big booty. No big booty.
Cisco says, "Damn, Cal, Blizzard, and me all had lives at the same time. We got to get organized." Yeah, I didn't want to push this back further, man. Usually, I'll push it back to like 10:30 or 11:45. I can't. I really can't, bro. I can't do it. I gotta get up at 5. Was like 4.5 hours. So let me come up here. I don't want to bump heads with though, because that's my people. You guys are my people, man. So I'd rather be in y'all chat. But Wednesdays and Fridays, I'm gonna try to definitely Wednesdays. I gotta stick to 9:30, and then Fridays Fridays is more scheduled because I don't have to work the next day. So if I'm not on call, like this Friday, if Cal is streaming this Friday, I'll push mine. I don't care, you know. But Wednesday, I gotta try to stick to it, even if it's gonna make my numbers drop, not his. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
my views are gone. My views are going that way. They're going down. I'm like, oh shit, what have I done?
yeah, my views are down. My views are way down. Like when I first
Oh,
started, I was getting like at least 200. Then I did like a couple 300, 400. But like I said earlier, my views are down, but my watch time from the live stream is up.
Yeah.
It's because it's people that are really interested. They're not just popping in, seeing what I'm talking about. You know,
that annoys me. They pop in, they pop out.
People that are really interested.
What the hell are you doing here then?
I walk a path that makes me happy regardless of other things. Me too, for the most part. For the most part, man. I'm not gonna say I don't care what anybody in the world thinks, you know, because I'm human and I have flaws. But for the most part, I'm gonna do what the hell I want to do. You know.
Yeah.
He said my ex got a BBL after we divorced and had the nerve to complain that she didn't have enough money. Get the F out of here. How are you taught to build relationships, boundaries? Man, you missed the whole live stream, bro.
Oh, yeah.
How are you taught? Well, I could speak for myself. How I learned to build relationships, boundaries, and standards was from experience, the hard way. I learned the hard way. I said it earlier, like my father didn't have these conversations with me. The elder men in my life didn't have these conversations with me. You know, so I made it a point to have this conversation early with my son, and it's something that like I don't try to force it down his throat, but I bring it up, and we do have these conversations, and it's important that we start having these conversations. You know, and like I said, a lot of people don't agree. A lot of people will see a topic and not be initially interested in the topic, and they check out, not understanding that maybe this topic isn't for you. Maybe it's a message that need to be passed through you to somebody else in your life, especially if you're a father, an uncle, a grandfather, a mentor. You know what I mean? And it don't have to be my message, but maybe it'll spark an idea in your mind that, you know what, I need to talk to my son about this. And you teach them however you want to teach them. I'm not saying, yo, you need to go tell your son or your nephew this. No, but you need to at least have this conversation with them, And that's basically all Blizzard Abroad is about. That's it. I'm not telling you how to think. I'm not telling you what to do. I want to have conversations. I want to spark ideas in other people, man. At least come up here and have conversations with me, man. And I'm waiting for Q to come up here, man. I want to pick your brain, bro. You in a position that you young, you living abroad, you in a good position to, not just to comment on other people's shit, but to give back, to give knowledge back also. Thomas Marshall, what's up, bro? What's up? The topic is we're building relationships backwards, man. And we need to change the way we build. I can't I'm basically close to ending the stream. I'm not gonna lie, man.
Yeah.
Like I said, I was just saying usually I would change the time, but I just can't tonight. I gotta get up too early.
Yeah,
and I didn't wanna postpone the stream again. Like, 'cause one, I missed y'all, man. I missed y'all, man.
Because I've done 2 live streams. I've done a 2-hour live stream one last Sunday. Oh god. And then now one yesterday.
Yeah, I keep missing yours, Ryan, man.
I know. Just tell me what time I would do. I was trying to adjust to your time.
No, don't adjust to me. I gotta adjust, man. Or I'll just catch it on the
I
rebound. You got,
I'll try.
you
I'll
know,
probably
it
do
is what
another
it
one
is.
on probably. Oh, God, let's see. Sunday. Sunday. Probably Sunday afternoon. I think. Probably Sunday, somewhere around
All
that
right,
time. My normal
all
time.
right.
You know what time I do.
Yeah, try to catch it, man. Cisco says, I was wondering how we were talking about BBLs. I didn't start the BBL talk. All I said was I like booty. They asked me what my preference was. I said I like booty.
I like Asian
And
women.
then it just off since there, it was like
Oh no, they get me in trouble. They
the
know that.
whole stream been gone after that.
You get me in trouble.
Yo,
You know what
I
I'll have to do
started.
for admin later. On
Salute. Yeah. I need to get my legs broke to be shorter.
Oh God, I'm 5'9" for crying out loud, people. Jeez.
Yeah, salute to Thomas Marshall. He
See?
in here, man.
See?
Bruce, I didn't hear you say peace out or nothing, Bruce. I don't know if you
You
got
did.
dropped
Bounce.
down or you never came up. Icy, are you
Bounce.
starting trouble?
She always start trouble.
You didn't hear the best part. Yeah.
She always start trouble. You know that.
Oh my, see, here we go. See? We do
what?
men doing it too.
Oi.
Did you hear about the first guy who successfully had a penis extension surgery and had an erection? Would this guy be under the same scrutiny as women with BBLs? I don't know. I don't want to.
Oh,
I don't know.
I don't want that.
I didn't hear about it, but
No. Oi.
it is what it is, man.
Oh,
I remember who's the dude that what's his name? The gangster that
oh.
that Gotti got rid of to take over. Frank Castellano, something
so,
like
yeah.
that. He had the enhancement thing for him, and he was a gangster. You know, just is what it is.
What?
Yeah, you know.
I
I used to be into that all that gangster stuff, man. Watching the documentaries and stuff. But yeah, he had like an artificial penis.
Nice.
And that was way back, you know. The 80s. That was the 80s.
Oi. I remember the 80s too. I was young.
What do you guys think? What you think, Joseph? Would that man be under the same scrutiny as women with BBLs?
Yeah. I mean,
Think so?
yeah, because it'll be.
You think women would be like, I don't want no man with no fake with no fake penis.
Not that they can't tell. So if it's like done well, similar to like when a woman gets a boob job, it's done so well you can't tell, and you can get away with not telling the other person, and they would never know the wiser, then there will be no scrutiny. But if it's a botch job, if it looks like it doesn't match, it's kind of like how the woman's top, if she gets surgery, it doesn't match her body type. And you look at a man. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm just assuming. I'm assuming a woman will be like, wait a second, something's off. Like his balls don't match his penis. Like it'll be, it would be like so disproportionate. You're like, wait a second, something don't. I don't know what it is that doesn't look right. I feel like it'll be the same way with women. Like you look at a woman who doesn't have a really the best surgery ever, and you were like, something's off, and I can't. Just like when I saw that woman on the beach, I was like, I can't put my finger on it. Now look closer. I said, I think she looks like she had some work done. And okay, yeah, she did. I feel like she did. And I said, then she kind of alluded to it, and I can see a little bit of decision. I said, okay, she did. So I think it's something that
you
they
see
would,
the line. See the line up under the cup.
See the lines. You see it's too perfect. It's too perfect. Like it's too. I don't know. There's some things that just don't look off. I don't know. Maybe women might complain about it. Maybe they won't care. I don't know. I would say if he's getting the kind of woman that he wants that'll accept it, then good for him.
Yeah, Russ says, I don't have any sisters, but have brothers. So when I grew up and got out in the world, I thought all girls were sugar and spice and everything nice. I was a little shocked when I became a tiger. Yeah, man, we weren't prepared.
Oh,
We
yeah,
weren't.
there you go.
I'll be honest, man. And I said this before, man. I know we are different age ranges, man, but I said this before,
Yeah.
man. The strong silent type is kind of like the worst type, man. A father figure of
Mm.
you know, they do teach you something. They do teach you something. They teach you about like resilience, strength, hard work. I learned that part. But the strong silent type, man, there's a lot of conversations that we didn't get.
Mm.
We didn't get, man. There's a lot of knowledge that wasn't passed down. You know, because we weren't taught. We weren't. We didn't have a conversation that some desperately needed conversations. We didn't have. You know, and you see it comes out eventually. It comes out when you talk to people and you let them talk. Like I said, the kid at work, the young kid, I think he's 21. He might be 22 by now. You know, who said to me straight up, like, my dad doesn't have these conversations with me. You're the first person that I talked to like this. It wasn't no crazy conversations. It was just about my regular topics, you know. You know, but father works hard, takes care of the bills, does everything else that he needs to do in life. So I can't say he's a bad man, but it's just like, all right, you just need to go that one little step. We need to be having conversations with our sons, man. I'm telling you guys, man. I've worked with kids, you know, they're not getting these conversations. And then when they out there and do something stupid, they get all the criticism. They get all the fingers pointing at them. All these YNs, this generation, they're lazy, they this, they that. You know, we're not talking to them. We're not leveling with them. We're not having conversations with them. We're not listening to them. So
I never heard
we're
that.
doing it. We're doing the same thing over and over and over again.
You know, it's a circle.
And then
Awesome.
but even us, we got the same shit they got. We say, oh, their attention span is so low. So is ours. So is ours, man. We don't want to hear shit either. You don't want to listen either, man. If it ain't hitting them endorphins or them dopamines, if it ain't hitting them dopamines, we don't want nothing to do with it.
That's weird. Yeah.
You know, so
What's that? What?
I think I'm gonna go till 1 o'clock, guys.
Yeah.
Well, my time, just like 7 minutes.
Here, so,
You know,
yeah.
I do appreciate you guys, man. Let me catch up. Matter of fact, I'm gonna drop y'all down, man, so I can finish up because I'm gonna finish up the chat and I'll probably just jump out of here, man. Ryan, appreciate you for jumping up.
Yeah. No
Joseph,
problem.
man, thank you, brother.
Anytime you want me, just let us know. Huh? I'll message
All right, Ryan.
Too. Email you later.
All right, Sunday night, man. Type and email me, bro. Ryan,
I'll do that, man.
make sure.
No,
do it. All right.
Right, man.
All right, later.
Later.
All right, Joseph, thank you for coming up, man. I always enjoy having you up, man. You know, I agree with you most of the time, even when I push back. Even when I push back, you know. But thank you, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right, man. Anytime, man. I'll catch you later, bro. All right, so I'm gonna try to catch up with this. I'm gonna try to catch up with the chat a little bit, and then I'll close out and get up out of here, man. Frank says I will only let a doctor cut on me to save my life or improve my health. Yeah, me too. I agree. I've never had surgery in my life, man. I've had staples in my damn skull. but never any surgery or cutting or anything like that. Yeah. So salute, man. I'm happy with my life. Why fix what isn't broken? Is English his second language? Ryan? Nah, he's Australian. Yeah. Bruce Travel Guru. Is this Philip? Wow, where was she out shopping? What up, bro? How you doing? That would make you a know-it-all, Blizz. Everybody has their own opinion on things, and we all have a different way of thinking. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, man. Cisco International, yes, it's the world is getting ready for massive change over. Yeah, I agree. You looking for that's Philip, I think, man. So salute, Philip. How you doing, man? We just heard Ryan Coy's preference. Yeah. Ryan likes the he say he don't like the big booties, man. For people who just pop in, list your preference for educational purposes. No, list the your boundary, list your list of boundaries. Fuck it. Your list of boundaries, your standards, and your preferences, man. List it all, man. You got room, you got time, you got a little time, conversation, and Hennessy, icy. Damn, that's crazy. I miss your stream, Cisco. I don't get any. I get Cisco's shorts. That's it. That's the only. Unless I go looking for anything else, I don't get anything else. Just the shorts. So when I watch the long form ones, I gotta go looking for it. Ah man, I ain't see this. I should have asked them. I get so behind when I have people on the panel. I get so behind. I felt them hard fake boobs before, nothing special. Real boobs, way better. I love the nature, Cisco. Yeah, I seen Cisco. I caught some of Cisco's live when he was out the other day. I didn't catch it today. How long have you been? How long have you guys been doing this? I've been live streaming not that long. I started live streaming in March. I've been uploading to YouTube since February of 2024. So I'm really loving it. Blizzard, my stuff is just random right now. I couldn't coordinate if I want to. All right. Everyone, 200 watching hours more. Please check out Blizz playlist. We appreciate it. Thank you, Icy. Because I don't do that enough. I know I don't, man. I don't promote that stuff enough, man. I really just be in the moment. I ain't even thinking about it, but I got to start doing that more. Yeah, so go check out the playlist, guys, if you're interested. If you missed any of the live streams, I'll talk about a lot of stuff, man. I'm just not kind of repetitive with it. Like I've talked about a lot of stuff. I talked about my breakup with my LDR. It's in a live stream, but I talked about it. I talked about my marriage and my divorce. I talked about a lot of stuff, personal stuff. I don't get too deep into it, but I have talked about it. So it's not just up here random topics that have nothing to do with me or my life. Like they all talk trash after the fact. Yeah, how the heck can you do a live stream and lose watch hours? YouTube hates me. I don't understand. The only way you're gonna lose the watch hours is if they're falling off from last year. So if you have like I got a huge video coming up in September. It's like for me, it's huge. It's the one talking about big men and sunshine shoulders. It's got like almost 11,000 views. When that video, for the peak time of that video, when that falls off, I'm gonna lose like 700 hours, off that one video. So regardless, once that year hits, they drop off. So you must have had a big video bigger than whatever you posted today or whatever, same time last year, and it just drops off because it only stays active for the last 365. You know, sucks, but that's why my thing goes up, down, up, down. You know. Thank you, man. Thank you, Cisco, man. I appreciate y'all. It's great to be back, man. I really enjoy live streaming, man. I'm not gonna stop this. I don't care, man. This is one thing I'm gonna hold on to. That's because X real quick. That type it took me 25 years long. Yeah, me too. It took me a long time. I stayed with somebody for 13 years, you know. I'm not saying all 13 were bad. Of course, there was ups and downs. There was love there. There was hate there at times, you know. Actually ended pretty cordial. But I stayed there 2 years too long, man. 2 years too long, man. I had my foster children once I decided I was leaving that toxic relationship. I just wanted to move on amicably. She wasn't having it yet. My phone was at 3%. Oh, okay. No doubt. I didn't see. I just seen you like gone, so I didn't know what happened. I didn't used to be picky, but getting older, I want just to hang out. I won't just hang out with any women. So the older you get, the more. Never mind. I ain't gonna go. No, I'll say it, but I'll say it nicely. Because you're a man, so the older you get, you may get less attractive, you may get less healthy, you know, but other things become more attractive. So I guess I don't know. It's weird. I'm kind of weird because in one way I'm more picky, you know, and then other things I don't care so much about. So the looks, the body, for now, I'm not saying it doesn't matter, but they're just not more. I'm more picky with personality now than way more than I was when I was in. Come on, we all were in our 20s. I didn't give a damn about a girl's personality in my 20s. I really didn't in my teens and my 20s. Shit. I don't know. Maybe some of us did. Whitey Bulger. Nah, I was talking about if this is about the game. I think it was Paul Castellano. Gotti offed him. Got him. But Paul Castellano was the one that had the. I don't know what kind it was. I just know it was artificial. You know, and because that was in the documentary. He was like banging the maid or something. Have a wonderful conversation. Thank you, Icy. Everything for everything, Icy, man. For real. You want to do BBL, you need at least 12 inches. Cut sausages is a good idea in my book. I ain't messing with it, man. I'm happy with what I got. I'm very happy with that. Ain't no way in the world anything coming close to that. I don't see, man. Hey, bro, we made it through, came out. Yes, sir. They should have classes on relationship. Yeah. At least, yeah, honestly, in school, yeah, damn. Just relationships, period. Now, I don't even know if it's about intimate relationships, man. Just relationships. Peace out, beat your life. Thank you guys for stopping by, man. I gotta go back tomorrow and catch up on Brother Cal's stream, man. Like I said, Friday, if he's gonna go live, I'll push mine back Friday because it's more easier. I don't work the next day, and I'm not on call this week, so I could push it back to anytime he's on. We're gonna go head to head. I'm gonna push mine back, but Wednesdays, it's just gonna be hard because I don't want to push it back too far. I gotta get up and work, and I definitely don't want to cancel anymore. You know, any more live streams because I start losing subscribers and shit. No father at home. I got no advice at all. I was 6'7", fit, and very nice to everyone. I soon become chum in the water. Yeah, took a while to figure out. Yeah, you was the nice guy, man. I was the opposite, man. I was 5'6", 5'5", 5'5", 5'6". I was a bully. Isn't that crazy? No father at home. Yeah, life lessons hit you hard. I was saying earlier, like, you don't, a lot of us try to choose who we learn our life lessons from, man. I don't think you get to choose that. They could come from anywhere. You know, mother's baby, their sons. Boys need a father figure in their lives. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. I think it's because I do a rant. Oh, okay, okay. So you just do the pop-up lives. I still should get it, though. I still should get it. I should get when you post a full-length video. Because I got you on the notification. I got all. Thank you once again for having me on panel, Blizzard. I appreciate you, man. Salute. Thank you, Ryan, man. Thank you for coming up, man. I wish I could get more people to come up, man. You all are welcome, man. You know, it ain't got to be no deep conversation. You know, it's just kick. A lot of times, man, it's just, you know, just kicking it, man. The channel's gonna take off soon. Thank you, man. You're getting better as you get more experience. Thank you. I appreciate that, man. I'm trying. Thank you, brother Tate, man. It says please subscribe to this channel, hit the like button, man. Thank you guys, man. If anybody want to reach out in the back, you know, that's my email right there. Not just for collaborations, man. Like anything, suggestions, you know, topics you want me to talk about, anything, man. It's fine. Why can't we do super chat and contribute? Because because I gotta stop reading ahead in the comments, bro. I'll be laughing at stuff because I'm reading this comment and I'm seeing the other one in my peripherals. I'm not monetized, so until I get monetized, I don't know how it actually works. Once I reach the threshold and go through whatever process that is, then we'll be able to super chat. I do have a PayPal and a Cash App. I don't promote it though. Like I made a lot of stuff that I don't promote, like the t-shirts. I've been waiting till I got monetized to start promoting that stuff. I don't have to. It's just something that I said I was gonna do. But it's there, you know. I made it. I put it out. It's in the description. I just don't really promote it, you know. You said 13 years like a prison. Just the comment had me laughing, bro. It was like I said, it wasn't all bad. It wasn't all bad. It wasn't all good, but it was built on the wrong foundation. It was never gonna work, you know. So I've experienced this. It was built on attraction. It's beautiful. She was a beautiful woman. She still is. And we still cool to this day. And that's one thing I like about my relationship. They don't end crazy, you know. They don't end in hating each other. Like, I'm still cool with basically all of my exes, you know, or every one of them, honestly. We don't talk every day, but it's cordial if we see each other. Occasionally reach out and say hi, you know. I like that. But I ain't calling you every day and chit chatting either. Like, I cut the emotional ties forever. It's a thin line between love and hate. Remember that song? Yes, absolutely. Yeah, he had the implant. Yeah, see? Paul Castellano. Yeah, sexual chemistry is way more important than physical looks. Physical looks matter, but that chemistry is where it's at. I agree. But some people are only attracted to the physical, and it goes deeper than that. It can go deeper than that. It should go deeper than that. Good night. Good night, everybody, man. Yeah, he says, I don't get everybody live streams I'm subscribed to either, man. Thank you, man. You're providing service. I appreciate you guys. 1,000 subs or 4,000 watch hours a year to get monetized. Okay, yep. You have to keep your watch hours up. Exactly. I don't donate to channels, but debit card got hacked several times since I've been in the Philippines. Nah, it's not necessary. It's absolutely not necessary here, man. That's why I really don't promote it. Like I said, we good here, man. Y'all family, And just keep in mind, next week, there's gonna be a keyword in the chat. If you type it, you're gonna win a t-shirt. Ryan is gonna get his t-shirt mailed out to him. It's this t-shirt right here. If you missed it, hold up. Let me back up. This t-shirt right here. I got a little wrinkle from sitting down. I'm so fly t-shirt. I rocked this when I was on vacation. In the Philippines, I mean, not the Philippines, in the DR, man. I rocked this one. I got a couple different colors. So maybe I'll ask Ryan what color he wants too. I got gray, I got white, and I got black. So, again, thank you guys for coming out, man. Thank you guys for saluting, for supporting, for being real, man, for interacting with each other, for keeping me company. I missed y'all. I'm glad to be back, man. Glad to be back to streaming, man. I swear, y'all don't know, man. Once you get used to it and you're on schedule and you starting to get to know people and expect people to be there, man, a week away, man, it felt so long, man. Oh, Calvin, think you cheap. Yeah, salute, man. I don't know, man. I know my first one. I'm celebrating, man. Once I do get monetized and I get my first super chat, yeah, we celebrating, man, for real. But salute, man. Thank you guys for showing up, man. I'll be back on Friday night. If Calvin's going live, I'll push it later. If not, we'll be on at 9:30. But salute. Thank you, man. Y'all have a good night, man. Appreciate you guys. Until the next time, Blizzard Abroad.